to Morgan, half a day in Turkey, and it's time for more methods, the Canada files. And we got another dev gifted demo, which it looks really interesting because it's similar to Road Warden. And I was like, ooh, awesome. I went to the Hangouts, did the thingy. Didn't do this because I was like, we're still on that mission, so I'm thinking like, worry about this after the mission is done, so that way I don't accidentally leave it on. And then they're like, eh. So, but to show you the outfits, original, new, wow. And then, original, new. And of course we know from her, we changed her outfit. I like hers. Like original, and then we accidentally unlocked this, but then bam. I was like, dang, that's good. And then look at it. Doesn't he look cozy? So like, boom, boom. So I'm like, okay. And obviously, case 5, case 6. But that is the game. So let us skip. Oh, yeah, this is me. Ooh, question. I was saving around here. Hold on. How do I get back in? Files? Do I do this? No. Ooh. Hold on, my brain's trying to think. How do I get back into it? I think we go to her. I think. No, that just takes me there. Wait. How do I get back into the game? Because this would load me into this, but would loading into this get rid of all this progress? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay, well, if it changes, it changes. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't think about that. Calor Vickery? Detectives, so soon. I love your outfit. Calor Vickery, I specialize in deal making. Maybe you want to buy this nice piece by Laura Hilalu Quag? Wait. Hilalu Quag? Wasn't it by what's her name? I probably remember. Oh, okay, so it is by her. This? The artwork has a red dot on it, which means it's already been sold. Wow. You're absolutely right, my friend. Sold by myself, of course, to Destine. I know, I shouldn't be so exuberant right now. To be honest, I feel relieved. My alibi is very strong. Don't be so confident. After all, I was talking to Destine the whole time. Destine or Destine? Where's Destine's statement? The whole time? She dipped out. Destine was only there for 20 minutes. Oh, really? I suppose that's right. I remember now. After Destine left, I triggered the door chime by accident. The exhibit is closed after all. Serves me right. And the door chime? Yeah. Destine was still there when the chime went off, and you shouldn't have triggered it. It only opens from the other side. I'm sorry, I have a terrible memory. You're absolutely right, my friend. This guy is unhelpful. The buns on his chest have lit up. He can now be met properly. Boom. I'm an art dealer. Hazel invited me to this very exclusive event. I was grateful for the invite until that thing happened. You mean murder? Between you and me, the value of her artwork will probably go up. Laura's. I only say this because of my watertight alibi. I arrived at 8 and left around 9:40. Huh? I spent the entire time chatting to Laura, Destine, Hazel, and that janitor. First, Laura left the art gallery at 9, then Destine at 9:20, then the janitor at 9:35. Hazel can easily confirm this. We both love keeping track of the time. What an odd thing to say. We both love keeping track of time. Watertight alibi. Look at him. Look at him with their all new outfits. And the strongest motive. That's a very suspicious combination. Everyone is suspicious. You said that before. Yes, and not without reason. Isn't one more suspicious than the others, though? No. There is a simple fact about this case which means multiple suspects are suspicious. Hold on, sip it. The autopsy? No. There's a simple fact about this case which means multiple suspects are suspicious. I mean, maybe 2 people? 2 people to kill 2 people because they're like, oh, it might be multiple killers. The 2 victims. Yes, when we were examining them, Larica brought up the notion of 2 murderers. If both Hazel and Carla are murderers, then their alibis fell apart. And if they both were trying to drive up the price of the artwork, that explains Hazel's motive as well. Isn't this like your simple solution last time? Don't lead us down the wrong path, Chads. I'm simply pointing it out. Very simple of you. We don't know how Destine could have escaped the crime scene when Hazel discovered the bodies. But if it was Hazel and Kalora all along, the crime is solved. Sometimes solving mysteries is just determining who has the most opportunity. That is a backwards way to solve a mystery. It does not start from the victim and their relationships. Yes, I know it's not what you like to do, V, but you can't argue this is the neatest solution yet. Well, V, it's your call, team leader. Do we have the solution here? Should we go to the mystery stage? Larica, like Tads, was also eager to be done with the mystery. Both of them needed patience. There is still a lot of time left. Make sure you've investigated everything first. Right you are. Very well. This space has been understood. Now to go back for a last check. You're confident in your solution, Tads? Occam's razor. The solution constructed with the smallest number of elements is often the best one. These mysteries have been anything but simple so far. We will find out, won't we? Oh. What should we look for here, V? Look where you didn't look before. Right. There. Pretty convenient how the spotlight is pointing at the victim. Well, it's also pointing at the statue. Yeah, never mind. The staging aided the killer, or killers, that is for certain. Actually, you see it? Oh, the crack in the ceiling? And a light behind it. Something's up there, but how to get up? A bear? Larica, climb the bear statue. It may not be tall enough. You may not be tall enough. I am. All it took was a bit of poking at her ego and Larica was scaling the bear statue. I wouldn't do this at a real crime scene, by the way. I don't want to damage priceless artifacts. Nobody buys that, Larica. Fine. Maybe I will. She reached the ceiling with some effort. There's a hatch here. Your method couldn't find this, V? Perspective was not trained to the ceiling. Uh-huh. Oh. She hooked onto the small crevice and pulled herself up. The panel moved back, allowing her to climb into the ceiling. Now that Larica's dead, I found a rope ladder! She tossed it down without warning. Ah, watch it! The rope ladder swung ominously to and fro. Climb up. You'll want to see this too. This new discovery could change everything about the case. You should always be prepared for things to change. They always do. God. Oh, chapter 12 done. Alright, no escape. A second look at the crime scene reveals a mysterious hatch in the ceiling. Could this whole mystery be turned upside down? So chapter 13, then 14, then 15. And that's case 3. Okay. Okay. Huh? I can't believe we missed this the first time. It's not often you stare directly at a spotlight. It was pretty concealed. That explains how the killer could have disappeared after committing the crime. I really don't like being up here. There's a whole new space to explore. What would it reveal? Who's the person? It's a small opening, but can fit most people. I almost cut my head on the small hook on the underside, though. I wonder how long that's been here. I wonder how we're supposed to close it shut behind us, though. There's nothing to grab onto, and it's down in that short tunnel. Let me try. She grappled with the latch, kicking at it. This flimsy ceiling hatch was too much for her. It's really difficult to close it from this angle without anything to hold. Maybe the killer just hoped whoever discovered the crime wouldn't look up. Hazel would have noticed if they'd been kicking at it like you were. Yeah. Careful. There. I moved it when I came in. Is the game master trying to kill us? It's not said. Look closer. There's dried blood on it. Probably from the last person who tried poking around here. Don't say that, please. The ladder was next to the bear trap when I got up here. You tossed it down without thinking. Didn't want to keep you waiting. It almost hit Struce in the face. Almost. I would never do that to a teammate. Yet the possibility of it happening was close to 90%. Larica was stunned in silence by this flawless logic. Flawless. How to speak French? Enchanté. How to speak French? That's the book I need. Can you believe I haven't learned French yet? Yes. Nothing to find here. Hello, person? So you found me. About time, I suppose. Sina's been up here for about 3 months. And by the way, my name is Takumi. Maybe you can help me out. He's talkative. Good, maybe he'll accidentally reveal something. It's probably not every day you meet someone who used to work at the nearby school teaching French, but now hides in an attic above a museum exhibit. Though you are dentrifices, so maybe that's normal for you. Dentrifices? French? What'd you say? You used to work as a French teacher, but you don't know how to say detectives in French? Wow, and it's literally just detectives, too. I don't know what you mean. My French is perfect. None of my students ever said anything about it, though I was fired very quickly, so they didn't get a chance to. Anyway, if you think I had something to do with the murder, I did not. I was asleep at the time, and besides, it never hurt anybody for any reason. Never. There's a bear trap! You would never hurt anybody, but a sharp bear trap near the entrance would hurt someone, wouldn't it? That's just a precaution. You never know if a burglar might show up in the middle of the night trying to steal what little you've got left. Or maybe even a bear could show up. Have you read the news? These bears are showing up just about anywhere these days. Bear. This thing? The only polar bear showing up in the museum is a marble one. Look, I still need protection from anyone trying to attack me at night. Stowing away up here is dangerous for me, you know. But I guess I can tell you everything since you found me out, and I can't stay here long now that my cover's blown. Thanks a lot for that, by the way. Finally. You should have some good information. Too much information. The buttons light up. Alright, friend. My name is Takumi, and that's all you're getting as far as my name. And I've been living up here the past few months, though you'll never be able to prove it once I leave. I was fired from my teaching job, and I've been going from place to place ever since, trying my best to survive the cold, shipping containers and closets and holes in the snow. Now that you found me, I'm out of here. Hope you catch the guy who did this. This was my favorite place I've lived yet, and now it's completely ruined. I have to get out of here. I don't know the victim. I don't know anybody. I don't pay attention to that, and I just go from place to place. The entire day I felt like sleeping, so that's exactly what I did. Reading just a few chapters of French lessons is enough to make anyone sleep all day. And I already know French, so it's extra boring. The dried blood is exactly what you think it is. I needed protection while I was out camping. Lots of bears out there, so it's just a precaution I put outside my tent. Of course, I caught myself in it by accident. That's just what happens. That is not exactly what I thought it was. If it was the victim's blood, it would still be wet, right? Oh, good point. The interrogation is complete. It was a good idea to check things again, V. That's what a real team leader does. Larica was giving out compliments. She had some unpredictability left in her after all. This is a suspect with no alibi and too much opportunity to know what to do with, but no clear motive yet. It's hard to say how important he is to this case. He gave up almost no real information. It'd be sad if he was the murderer. He needs a better home than a jail cell. No suspect should be left off the table. Does he really know French, though? That's the mystery I'd like to solve. Some questions don't have answers. Y'all ready for the mystery stage? There is still a lot on my mind, but we can do it. We did check the crime scene twice. Let's not wait longer. And the other teams will be extra motivated to go after our #1 ranking. Yeah. Let's go to the mystery stage. If that is the consensus, there is no objection. Mystery stage. Time to untangle this mystery. I'm gonna get some more liquids in me. The prime suspects are still Hazel and Kalorn. You still like your simple solution? Of course I do. Revelation of the 4th suspect changes nothing? Of course not. There is some evidence that proves he could not do it? Of course there is. At the very least, the killer need to be certain they would get away with it. We know the janitor left the art gallery at 9:35. Seems like he was killed for spotting Laura's dead body, which means he and Laura were killed around then. Laura left at 9:40, and there's only one exit from the museum. With that spotlight shining right where Laura was killed, there's no way he would have missed that gruesome scene through a huge glass pane. Turned on the light and discovered the bodies at 10:05. Called the police, departed. Oh, the light wasn't on. It was not on. You see it all wrong. Hazel had to turn on the lights in the exhibit to discover the bodies. When Kalor left, it was completely dark. As long as Takumi remained still and silent, Kalor would simply walk out the door without even glancing that way. I still don't buy it. What relation does he have to the suspects? To the victim? Nothing points to Takumi being involved in the murder. Nothing points. Points? Like... janitor pointing at him? Ah! Sorry, Mike. The janitor's dying message. He was presumed to be pointing towards Laura's body, but if he was in fact pointing up, I see he was telling us to look up at the ceiling. It'd be an efficient message to simply point. Takumi was escaping, he wouldn't have had time to adjust the janitor's fingers. Plausible, I guess. Something's on your mind, Larika. Keep it quiet. It's just that there's a common theme here. We've been seeing it all over the museum, everywhere we look. I can't help but think it ties everything together. These four related things. Four related things. I want to say the bear, right? Polar bear, bear, and then the picture of a bear. Bear. You were speaking of the bear-related items found at every scene. Yes, there's so many it's almost ridiculous. You are smarter than to think a polar bear did this. Hopefully. Of course. If a polar bear was responsible for the murders, everyone in the city would know. Reverse that idea. Think about it like this. What didn't a polar bear do? What didn't a polar bear do? Well, she said reverse it, right? Oh, okay. Shooting in the dark over here. You think the bear attacks weren't caused by a bear after all? Yes. How likely is it really that so many bear attacks occurred in a row? Well, probable. But then the way Laura was murdered, it looked kind of like she was attacked by a bear. I think the bear attacks are actually the work of a serial killer. One who wants to keep from being discovered by anyone, keeps going from place to place. But this time, his place of residence was indoors. So his polar bear cover was blown. He has no alibi. All he can do is play innocent. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. But that's not good enough. Takumi is the murderer. He cruelly attacked and killed two total strangers from his hiding spot. Wait! Larika, always. Ah, what's that about? What's happening? Panic in a quieter voice, please. Just wait. Maybe the game master is being dramatic. I hear Russell meowing. Alright, maybe he's not. There may still be power outside this room. It's worth checking. After fumbling around in the dark, Taz was able to find the doors. I'm scared. It was important to pretend that everything was normal under these circumstances. Re-establishing routines would help calm the team. Investigate. Then you will know what to do. Hazel's lights are still on. She's battery powered, of course. Ah, yes, my brain's just not thinking right. It's snowing really hard. That's why it's so dark in here. A snowstorm. We've got this nice snack cart at least. The water won't stay warm. Quick, get the tea while you can. How long do snowstorms last here? Usually no longer than a day. That's good. Without power, this place will get cold quickly. Why does this have to happen to me? You are a bad luck magnet. Thanks. Oh god. Oh, they're sitting down by it. Oh. I guess this isn't so bad. What about the mystery? Will they give us an extension? I expect so. It would make sense, right? You are wrong about the solution, Larika. I don't think so. I wasn't fully convinced myself. My theory is better. You did not make a case with definitive evidence. Sometimes there is none, and you have to take a chance based on the best approximation of events. If somebody did that, it'd be bad detective work. It may be their only choice. You don't always have the evidence you need. An incorrect conclusion helps nobody. You're right, it doesn't. She didn't feel like arguing at the moment. Do it cleanly and properly, and you'll always finish on time. But I never worry about such things. The only cases I investigate are cold cases. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It perfectly suits your method. Indeed. Imagine if I tried to solve active cases. Criminals would probably love a detective who's asleep most of the time. You aren't used to a time limit then, are you? I suppose not. So that's why you keep throwing aside evidence with ease. Nobody would question it because it's a cold case. How would they prove you're mistaken? Are you implying something? Just musing aloud. You're living in a glass house, Larica. An approximation technique is not any better for real-world cases. Sometimes you... Never mind. The snowstorm isn't going away anytime soon. You have something you want to say. It's the time now to say it. You keep making disparaging remarks about me. Do you dislike me for some reason? Is it a problem? Do people need to like one another to work together? No. And speak from experience. It'd be nice to at least know why. I have to be here for this, or can I leave? You have an air of superiority as though you are some great crusader of justice. Position yourself as a leader in the investigation into the game masters created an imbalance. It's hard not to feel like you're treating others as a pawn in your game. Everyone on this team is smart in their own ways and have their own goals. You override them all while rushing to conclusions. It's single-minded and arrogant. If you realize that, you'd be much less annoying. She wanted the truth, so she was getting it. I think you have the wrong idea. I asked all of you to help find the game master, because I know it's too much for me to tackle by myself. If I seem pushy about it, it's only because of the gravity of what I believe the game master may be doing. I don't expect anyone to share my work ethics or goals. We can accomplish everything we want to. And I don't see any other solutions that fit so neatly in terms of this case. You don't think you're rushing things? You're grasping onto solutions because they fit a narrative you've created in your mind. Speed is not the only factor in this contest. A detective who thinks being first means being the best does sloppy work. Is Larica sloppy? She seems very thorough to me. I'm not immune to mistakes, I admit that. When I was first starting out as a detective, my mentor allowed me to work on a very important case. You would know it if I told you. I signed a confidentiality agreement in exchange for being allowed to investigate it. That's understandable, you do not need to share the details. To be honest, I was overwhelmed. I thought it'd be fun to work on a case that notorious. Instead, I was out of my depth. There came a point where I had to make a choice about whether to arrest one of the suspects. That suspect was my last lead. But I thought there wasn't enough evidence and I didn't want to make a mistake. After sifting through all the evidence over and over for months, I'd been unable to find anything definitive. So, I gave up. I decided to resign from the investigation. 2 weeks later, another detective arrested the same suspect I'd been considering. They actually had less evidence to go on than I did, and yet, due to the arrest, he confessed. The killer had been caught. I was relieved, but also angry at myself. If I'd made that call, I could have been the one to bring him in. So from then on, I decided on 3 things. 1. I work hard, no matter how much I have to take on. 2. I'm decisive, even when there isn't much evidence to go on. And 3. I never give up. Fair? I wish I was like that. When was this important case? 2006. You were 15 years old. Yes. Don't be angry at 15-year-old Larica. That she got that far in the case is impressive by itself. I've used that anger to fuel all my investigations since then, so it's not such a bad thing. Anger can be useful. There are many ways to fuel yourself. So who lets a 15-year-old investigate murder? Meditation, for one. Perhaps you would be interested in reading my book? Excuse me, I need the restroom. That's really frustrating, Larica. I empathize with you a lot. Jeez. That's where your unhealthy mindset came from. I don't have an unhealthy mindset. That is just your strange assumption. It's a conclusion based on analysis using perspective. Your method? Don't you just use it for searching crime scenes? Perspective has more than one use. You can show how others see the world. And you chose not to tell us that? It can't be used on the dummies, so it was relevant. I see. 2006. Oh! Really? Could it really be the... No comment. I'm back. What new evidence did you find this time? Actually, I found this. Oh. Man, what? I was joking. I think this goes to the janitor's closet. Where was it? In the trash can in the restroom. We checked that and found nothing. We didn't look hard enough, I guess? So there was even more evidence to find. After checking everything twice. Next time there's a locked door, we should assume there's a way to open it. So, should we? Of course. There's nothing else to do. Does anyone have a flashlight? Yes, everyone has one. I'm still placing my bets on Takfumi. And I'm still placing my bets on Hazel and Kalor. Just to be different, I bet on Destine. What if it was Destine and Hazel and Kalor? What if it was everyone? Remember, it's unwise to operate with a conclusion in mind. How much shall we bet? $100. They had not been listening properly to anything spoken. What a troublesome team. But for the reason for Larico's behavior was now known. Her mindset had been a direct result of negative experiences. When you understand someone, it's hard to be annoyed at them. Perhaps it was time to let that annoyance go. Chapter 13 done. Heck yeah. I'm good. suspicious. Alright, staff only. It's so eerie in here. Cold, darkness, silence. They can all be your friends. Just look at them another way. Sure. It is like quiet. Ooh, there's blood. See if I can turn this up a bit. Oh my god, turn that on right now. No electricity. Right. There appears to be a blood stain on it. A fresh one. Good catch. This mystery is getting more and more complicated. Perfect for washing off evidence. Could be why we have not found the murder weapon. Turn it up a little bit more. Music's quiet. So, what should we... Ah, god damn it! Detectives of Team Tad's, power has been restored. The duration of the power outage has been deducted from your overall time. Feel free to re-enter the mystery stage and resume your ruminating. Deducted? After investigating the closet, a few key items have been discovered. Perspective showed that all the evidence had at least been found. This was it. This new evidence has not changed my mind. It reeks of misdirection. Well, nothing would change your mind, would it? You have only shown that Takumi could have done it, but failed to show how Hazel and Kalor could not have done it. Fine. Let's close that possibility before moving on. Yes, make your case, Tads. 2 victims, 2 murders. Hazel and Kalor worked together, art dealer and curator, to murder the artist they had offered a space to. Hence, the very limited showing, less witnesses around. I know that murdered for money is not as enticing as a random act of violence, Larico, but as Kalor said, the price of the artwork would increase after her death. Art is worth more after the artist perishes. As we know, the museum was not earning very much. That was the motive for this hideous crime. The museum was not earning very much. Sign that reads carvings. I feel like people would come to this, no? Price is earning. It says the art gallery got him $50 and the exhibit got him $400, so like, it's a piece of money? Yes! Something off about that note. Hazel should not have earned money from the exhibit yet because it is under construction. Yet the note says it earned $400. It only makes sense if this note was not made by Hazel and Kalor, if this note was actually left by Laura. So the art gallery number is what Laura made from the sale of her painting to the museum, not the admission fee to the private opening? Yes, and if the painting was only worth $50, even the death of the artist would not raise it by much. But this note can't belong to Laura. The exhibit earnings could only be made by Hazel, right? True. Unless pieces from the exhibit were Laura's and she sold them to the museum. If her artwork was not making enough money, she may have had to part ways with some treasured heirlooms. B, you mentioned that the Marlin spike looked too new, yes? Yes. That was actually a piece from Laura's collection. Then another motive emerges. What if the historical pieces from Laura's collection were actually fake? Only Laura knew the truth, but didn't realize they'd be displayed as though they were authentic items. She may have thought they would be presented as contemporary replicas. Hazel had to kill her to prevent anyone from finding out the truth and worked with Kalor to arrange a sale of the historical items afterwards. So she invited her to a private event and killed her, just as she planned. I can agree with that, because they got bonked on the face, so like maybe they got hit with it? Yeah! The second victim, Prince Suddy. That's a great name for a janitor. It's easy to forget about him, but if Hazel was the murderer, she definitely wouldn't have. Why would she plan to commit murder on a day she knew Suddy would be working and could witness the crime? It'd be easy for her to reschedule him to another day, right? Well, I suppose if she did that, it would look suspicious. Having to kill an extra person because they witnessed your crime is much worse than looking slightly suspicious. I accept my defeat once again. But next time I promise my theory will be more solid. The brutal nature of the killer points to a different kind of crime anyway. And now that we've sealed the lid shut on the Hazel Kalor theory, we can discuss how the new evidence firmly establishes my theory is the correct one. She would not give up indeed. Go ahead, Larica. I know my theory's wrong just from the whole exchange, so feel free. Yeah, mine too. If the painting isn't worth much, then Destine wouldn't have a motive to buy Laura's painting from the killer to inflate their value. Their crime has nothing to do with money, with this crime. It was a random act of violence by a serial killer, as I said before. We found the murder weapon. It wasn't one you'd expect. The bear trap. To hide his crime, Takumi used a space heater to dry out Laura and Brian's bloods to make it seem old. Blood on the space heater was found in the closet will prove it. Oh, okay. Blood on the space heater will prove it. So, where's my space heater? Space heater. Heater? Oh! Okay. Okay, not that, not that. Maybe it's something somebody said. The gallery now. Maybe blood on the space heater we found in the closet will prove it. I feel like autopsy is definitely the right choice here, but the second one, it's not the space heater. So, theory, heating up. Blood on the space heater found in the closet will prove it. Maybe bear trap? Oh, could a space heater really make blood look old? Of course it could. The reason blood looks old in the first place is due to drying out. To accelerate that process with heat and air, it's impossible to tell it apart from old blood stain. Maybe bear trap, space heater. He could get into the closet? Of course, he just killed the janitor. He dried the blood on the bear trap with the heater. Then he locked the closet, tossed the keys in trash, and climbed back up. He had the perfect amount of time to do so. Hold on, when did he die? So he dried their blood. Maybe? How does that make sense? What? The amount of time it would have taken to dry out that bear trap. Oh, I see where they're thinking. I was just like, thinking like, okay, if he dried them out, then maybe they were dead more recently. Right? Because they're like, oh, we put their death at around 9:30, but if he dried them out, then I was thinking like maybe they were dead quicker. And then she showed up. Does not fit with the time he would have had before the body's discovery. Who said that was all the time he had? What? We keep focusing on that one small section of time. There's no doubt the victims were killed and the killer hid within that time frame, but Hazel wasn't watching the crime scene the entire time. She must have gone to greet the police. That provided the opportunity for Takumi to go down again and prepare for when he would be found in the crawl space. That is plausible. Pilor never mentioned watching the exhibit. He would have mentioned seeing someone come down from the ceiling. If he'd been quick, Takumi would have had time to do that, perhaps. Oh. Team Tads, time has run out. Submit your final deduction now. Oh, crap. You're okay with my solution, V? It fits the facts well enough. Good luck, Larica. Thank you. Then, the solution is this. Takumi is not just any random squatter. He is, in fact, a serial killer who usually disguises his murders with a peculiar modus. The polar bear tax. He uses polar bears as his scapegoats, but he got careless with his latest murder. Because he felt invincible, perhaps he felt invincible, when Laura snuck into the closed exhibit to look at the collection on display, right, the exhibit sign, he killed her and the only witness to his crime. Using a tool he meant for animals, bear trap. Knowing he could make a quick getaway, he established an alibi. Who had the anonymous call? God, I hope it was that. Ahem, the wrong thing will be corrected. Dang it, it was her. I was like, I know it was the anonymous call, I just didn't know who. I could have checked. This felt wrong. The call didn't establish his alibi at all, so why would he make it? B? Ahem. He waited in his hiding spot as the bodies were discovered. What could it mean? Laura had sent a message saying, "You come into the art show opening tonight." It was never properly considered to whom that message was sent. When the police arrived, he slipped out again in order to conceal the murder weapon by using a heater. Drying the flesh blood with a space heater. Hazel was always going to be at that show. Kalor stayed the longest. He clearly had a lot of interest in the opening. The person Laura could have been worried about not showing up would have probably been Destine. Larica hypothesized that Laura had owned some of the artifacts in the exhibit. But what if those items were not originally Laura's? What if they weren't fakes like Taz had said? Destine was a sculpture artist. If those are actually her sculptures, Laura would have been selling Destine's artwork. That's everything, right, V? No. Takim could have been the killer, but he isn't. I'm going off the rails! There aren't any suspects left, V. Are you sure? Laura was worried Destine would show up. That's why she sent her a message. Destine? She could not have left the crime scene. When Destine arrived, Laura quickly hid in the exhibit hall. Destine was someone she used to know. An ex-girlfriend. It does explain why the number was deleted from her phone, I suppose. Who had gifted her these sculptures? A bear? A bear? Right, it's a sculpture. Which she had turned around and sold. While spying on Destine, Laura accidentally triggered something. The door chimed, which prompted Destine to make an excuse to leave, but secretly she went to investigate. Upon discovering her sculptures had been sold by Laura, they started to argue. Laura had passed off the sculptures as actual historical artifacts and refused to tell Hazel the truth. In a rage, Justine picked up the nearest weapon. This. Her strike hit harder than she thought. Laura falls to the ground. In her fear and rage, she keeps stabbing her to keep her from screaming out. The reality of what she's done sinks in as she kneels there in the dark. Laura's dead. That's when Rince walks in, on his way to his closet. He doesn't see her sneak up behind him in the dark. He is met with a similar fate. This grants her a way to clean the murder weapon and a way into hiding place. She doesn't realize Rince's last moments were used to try to show where she was hiding. Whoa. Destine waits in the janitor's closet. Kalor leaves. She realizes that if Hazel locks up the museum, she'll be trapped. She almost panics remembering the door's loud chime, but she had a stroke of luck. Laura had accidentally tipped over a certain statue when she first activated the chime, which kept the door slightly open. This? So Destine lures Hazel with an anonymous phone call. She slipped back through the art gallery, placing the owl statue back where it belonged on her way, exited the building, and pretended to arrive later. That is the true solution to this. Perhaps you should have taken time to put more thought into that, eh? Sorry to steal your moment, V. But you can't just come up with your own improvised final deduction on the fly, whether it's correct or not. There is a fatal flaw. Destine had clearly never been to the museum, rarely if at all. So how would she know... So how would she have known about Takumi? If you are correct, then she planted the blood on the space heater to frame him. There's no way she knew about him or the crawl space. There's no way she knew about him or the crawl space. She left the food out for him. No. There's no way that she knew about the Takumi in the crawl space. I'm gonna try him. Try as much as like your theory, mine just makes more sense. Do not make the same mistake. Don't give up. Okay, not that. Man, I'm not doing too good these rounds. I'm just like, I don't know. There's no way Destine knew about Takumi or the crawl space. Destine statements. starting to get how Tads felt when we dismissed his theory. Serves you right. Rika was making a very good point, but everything else lined up so well. This had to be the real answer. What evidence was missing? Evidence was missing. Is it this? What? But it said it wasn't part of the case. Explain what you mean. The snack cart. Do you want a snack? No. The snack cart is not a part of the mystery. Clearly labeled so by the game master, and yet you're saying it's evidence anyway now. There's another thing that isn't evidence, and yet, maybe it was part of the mystery after all. No. Wait. The snowstorm. A dramatic event interrupting the investigation. Too dramatic. I found the janitor's key after the snowstorm. The trash can was definitely empty, right, Larika? Yes. Larika was excited. She was getting on board with this. The snowstorm is actually part of the mystery. Destiny didn't know about Taktomi before the snowstorm. Then she came back during the investigation to be interviewed. When Taktomi was discovered, she learned of his existence. As is common in Ilkulet, there was a snowstorm which knocked out the power. And that time, she made a daring move. To make sure the crime was pinned on Taktomi, she... light heater? By planting blood on the heater. How did she know about Taktomi when she was only discovered during the investigation? That is the question containing an answer. And that is the final deduction. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I didn't do too good. But it somehow got superb. Let's go. Team Tads, you are the only team to have figured that out so far. Congratulations. Even so, I give this mystery a solid 1 3/4 star difficulty rating. What is this rating system? Creating a snowstorm as part of the mystery was the idea of the masterminds. They hoped to create a delightful, immersive mystery that treated the investigation as part of the story. More like using underhanded tactics to try to scare us and screw us over. Well, it didn't work. We weren't scared. Yeah. Not scared. Now enjoy a special performance of the classic play, Why I Did It, Party Team. I was too cowardly to ask for my artwork back after the breakup. I never thought she would turn around and sell it so she could move to Toronto. She threatened me and called me names after I said I'd tell Hazel everything. But that's not when I snapped. She said I had meant nothing to her. I saw red. I wasn't thinking. I hit her harder than I meant to. She crumpled to the ground instantly. And then, she was gone. I should have had the items properly authenticated. I feel partially responsible. No, don't say that. You're responsible for none of this. They think I slept through all that. Well, I am a heavy sleeper after all. That's how I was able to survive in so many different places. I wonder how much your sculptures will be worth once you're in prison. Give me a call later. I don't deserve to sell them anymore. They are a gift to the museum. Do what you want with them. I barely want to live with myself anymore. As vile as she was, I wish she was still here. And that's why murder is bad. Murder's bad. A tragic performance, truly gripping. Let's see how you did, shall we? First place again! Your team is on a roll. Hacked into a solution. Perfect trace to conclusion. The answer was seen and appraised. Time's up on this mystery. The problem has been cured. You sure love to do that. You did a good job, V. If you hadn't thought on your feet during that final deduction, we would have lost our ranking. Larika was showing surprising humility. Be ungracious to not accept her words. You did a good job, too. This is a win for the whole team. Everyone should be proud of themselves. You can't misspell team without TADS, after all. I'm very proud of myself, even though I was wrong. Congratulations to everyone. Hold on. You haven't won anything yet. There's still one team to go, so don't dislodge a lung patting yourselves on the back too hard. All this team spirit is making me feel sick. Where's the drama? Where's the suspense? I know. How about I throw some conflict into the mix? What's that mean? The vote for this round is, who is the traitor? There was a silence. A traitor? Someone sabotaging our team from within? That kind of traitor? I will let you figure out that. I will let you try to figure that out for yourself. Have fun! We need to discuss this. We don't know the consequences of these votes yet. And this could end up seriously hurting someone in the team if accused incorrectly. If this is a concern, each person should vote for themselves. Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. Then we all agree to vote for ourselves this time. Phew, got it. Sounds good. You first, team leader. Very well. The decision had been made quickly, but team morale was strong. There was no doubt everyone would do what was requested. The booth doors closed, a quiet, isolated place, to consider what move to make. What would be best for the team? Right, I'm gonna vote for myself. It was an easy choice to make. There was no traitor on the team. This vote was designed to cause distrust, just like every vote before. The others were waiting outside. They looked confident. Hopefully they would vote as planned. They each went in. As they reappeared, the confidence disappeared from their faces. The Game Master's plan to sow division was working. Oh no. Now bundle up, step outside, and depart from the museum in your personal Quamutic. We have built a very cool hotel for you. What's a Quamutic? This should be good. What is a Quamutic? Upon exiting the museum, there was a familiar sound. Shut up. Oh, so much noise. The dogs are excited. Detectives, I'm here to lead you to the hotel. We will depart within 5 minutes. You first, V. Since you seem to have experience with this, watch what the bellhop does, and don't shout things out at the dogs. They will follow the leading sled. Well, that makes it easier. Look at him. Look at that. I really believe the snowstorm was real. The Game Master almost got us with that one. It was swiftly solved in the end. No need to brag. Enough, you are so talkative. Let's go. After a short tutorial on dog sledding, they were ready to depart. The dogs have been trained well. Amazing. Expertly steered by the bellhop in front, it was not long before the destination was in sight. Settle in, we'll be back to pick you up tomorrow. I've never been in an igloo. Bigger than I thought. So this is what the Game Master meant by a very cool hotel. It's really cool. Not very authentic, but he tried. I'll be in my room. You see now why you should keep an open mind, Larica? You have a habit of narrowing your vision. That is the true reason behind your failure in the past. Why don't you bother Tads instead? He did the exact same thing and you seem to like him. Tads constructed a theory from the windows of opportunity. Even if he was wrong, his logic was built naturally. You worked backwards from a suspect you found overwhelmingly suspicious, and you didn't act smug and superior about it. You accepted my solution and prepared to submit it. Have you ever tried using your method on yourself? Everything you accuse me of doing is something you do. Single-minded? That's you. Arrogant? You. Annoying? You. Knowing your own flaws is how you're able to see them in others. You know your flaws. Yeah. You don't know mine. I may make mistakes sometimes, but that's all there is to it. For someone with a method like yours, you don't seem to realize that there are fundamentally different ways to see the world. Having a healthy mindset does not prevent mistakes. I do keep an open mind. You are wrong about me. Oh no. Having a healthy mindset does not prevent mistakes. I do keep an open mind. You are wrong about me. I don't know what... I have no idea. What is happening? Larica's determined to settle the disagreement. I'm gonna save real quick because I don't know. I don't know. Having a healthy mindset? I don't feel like any of this applies to her. This is from the mystery from back then. Why would any of this apply? I don't know, we never used this. I'm tired of your comments, V. I don't need someone to tell me how I should think. You don't like to be challenged. Snack card again? Stop fighting. This isn't a fight, it's a discussion. A discussion where I'm being attacked. This is your unhealthy mindset talking. Yeah, like this is... What? I don't know. Polar bear? Do not have an open mind. There was a discussion about a piece of evidence that made that very clear. Ooh, okay. So something she disagreed on. Okay, okay. I gotta save. Is it a polar bear? You do not have an open mind. Yeah. Big old zero. Would you like to autocomplete? This will negatively affect your final score. No! No. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna one at a time. I don't remember. What happens when you take a day break? You kind of forget details. Alright, not the bear. That. That. Oh my god, what is it? That. There's did that. That. I needed snack cart because I wasn't sure. There we go. Ugh. You said this painting represented rage because that was in the painting's description. You are not open-minded to art or in general. Now you know Laura's true nature. Do you think she would really paint something representing rage? If you keep making the same mistakes, then you have to wonder, is your mindset really not the problem? That was a painting of disdain, wasn't it? A painting of how she would be if she found out what Laura had done. It's not Laura's rage, it's her fear. You are right. That could be the painting's true meaning. Or it could not be. See now. The way you look at something can deepen its meaning for you, but that meaning wasn't necessarily intended. Laura likely did not mean to paint a painting of her ex-girlfriend. Mindsets are like frames. You can choose to reframe it. You can reframe it endlessly. No mindsets are correct, but some are flexible. You're right, everyone is capable of a mistake. You won't make the same mistake again if you expand your mindset. Thanks for your concern, but my mindset is fine as it is. I'm sorry, but this argument is just so frustrating. I hate pointless toxicity like this. Toxicity? B, don't you see that you needed Larica to flesh out the Taktomi theory before you could come up with the correct solution? Need is a strong word. Larica, don't you see that V, keeping an open mind to alternatives to the very last second allowed her to switch gears? I'm very open to alternatives if they make sense. V, if Larica were as non-committal as you are, then we wouldn't make progress on any theories. And if everyone decided too quickly on a suspect like Larica, then we could miss the real solution. The reason the team succeeded today is because both of you are on it. The team would be weaker if everyone acted the same way, right? Forcing people to change overnight isn't going to work anyway. Our strengths and weaknesses balance out really well. That's what makes us a fun team to be on. Let's take advantage of that. She really thought a rallying speech would resolve this issue. Well, maybe it was a good opportunity to put this to rest. You have a point. Maybe you should be the leader. Yes, you lead the team next, Anodyne. I'm curious what you would do. That's not really what I meant. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you can do it. Alright, I can give it a shot. I'm used to giving shots. Heh. Any other notes, Doctor? I prescribed bed for all of you. Good night. That was intense. I'm gonna try to sleep off my anxiety now. I'm sorry things got heated, V. You were provoked. You deserve an apology as well. Perhaps you were not as arrogant as you come across. Yes, sometimes my tone can be a bit forceful. I'll try to work on it. See you tomorrow then. Yes. Managing a team with strong personalities like Larica and Tads had been harder than expected. Even though Larica had resisted, she was not immovable. It was possible for her to change. But she had to do it for herself. V, we have something to discuss. Oh. What? What did you want to talk about? Have you read my book? Oh? There is a section you may be interested in. You said that your method perspective has two different use cases. Two different use cases, yes? It helps to map spaces and to map people. I believe those use cases may be different enough for perspective to belong to a special category. I study detective methods, you see. And having two uses for one method is a bit unusual. The name I call your kind of method is a double method. That's unoriginal. Yes, but descriptive. According to my notes, a double method can be developed. I'm interested in helping you strengthen your method. When you have time. Interesting. That could be helpful. He was the most trustworthy member of Team Tads. What he was offering was enticing. It was an opportunity worth exploring. Yay! Alright, chapter 15. A surprising twist concludes the mystery which Team Tads just barely managed to solve correctly, but the latest vote casts a shadow over them, just as the mysterious game masters planned. Amazing, team! Damn it. I really shouldn't be showing you this data, Team Nailbiter. It's my special treat just for you. You did such a good job making the mystery. I thought, you know what? My friends deserve this reward. Okay. Mastermind girl? Special deal, special deal. I don't care about— ah, her fingers! I don't care about numbers. Show me them screaming. Take my word for it. They are absolutely terrified of your mystery, Joan. Your mystery? Who might argue with the Game Master? Very well. The Game Master can think whatever he wants. Ooh, Team Amazing Team is almost done. Isn't it nice that I'm doing you a huge favor by showing you this? Almost done already? I guess your mystery was a little too easy, because you added such an obvious scapegoat into what was going to be an ambiguous crime. Team Amazing Team's results are coming in. I think my mystery would have been better if I hadn't added an obvious meta twist to it. trying to be clever isn't gonna scare anybody. There's nothing personal about it. I didn't draw from my own experiences. That's how I screwed the whole thing up. Really? Because I think that was the scariest thing you've ever come up with. Don't you think a serial killer hiding in an attic is overdone? That's overdone. Mastermind gutter? What about hiding in trash cans? Is that overdone too? Mastermind burn smoke. No, man, it's super unique. Good. I know the trash is where I belong, and it makes me upset to hear people say otherwise. I would never say that ever, man. But also, like, don't get too attached to things. Even your motives, it's not worth it, man. Somehow I don't feel like arguing anymore. Me neither. Are they all serial killers? And besides, you could be right. Right, because they're masterminds. They're not detectives. Maybe I don't have scary enough personal experiences to draw on. Ah, that was pretty insensitive. I'll have to arrange a special experience for you. You'll never forget it. But they said they're Team Nail Bite. Or Night Bite. But their names have masterminds, and they said the masterminds came up with this. No thanks, it's very kind, but no. I also have had many scary personal experiences. We have that in common, and so much more, too. You can claim the mystery next time, Cat Guy. I don't know if I have any ideas left. Ideas are everywhere, man. You'll come up with something, because you're smart. Maybe. If you don't want, then who can? Do you think I can come up with anything? No, I'm stupid. Burn Smoke can only come up with stuff when she's allowed to cook. TH Girl's super antisocial and never does anything. If I don't get my double-double, there will be trouble. And Joan talks big, but she can't outsmart anyone. Excuse me? I'm saving my loveliest ideas for the 6th stage. Don't blame me if the rest of you are. Wow, Team Amazing Team came in first. What? You seem surprised. How did Team Tad's place? 2nd? Really? Tell me, Game Master. Who is on that team? Well, we are great friends, but... Yes, great friends. And I'm willing to do favors for my friends. Aren't you? Of course I am. I'm so glad you agreed. Just, oops. Can't talk, gotta go. That was weird. Only 2nd place. Maybe I heard wrong. What did you hear, Joan? Maybe I can help. None of your business, Cat Guy. Probably not interesting anyway. I need a cup of tea. Right, we were 1st place. Oh, fire? Oh, it's fine. So nice and warm in here. I'm glad I don't have to solve that mystery. Poor detectives. Come on. They have their coats, they have their snacks. They're fine. You say that, Fonz, but you don't like to be cold, do you? Of course not. My brittle old bones would crack like glass. No need to complain then, right? There's always a need to complain, my dear. I don't think anyone would figure out that trick, especially because they all skipped Hazel's voice line. What voice line? The one I wrote? It says, thanks for getting here so quickly after my call. It's a hint that they are a bigger part of the narrative of the mystery than they may have thought. If they talked to her first. Nobody would get that. I like how Struce fixed my computer. What a handy game master she is, unlike some people. We'll see what happens after the traitor makes her decision. Maybe none of them will survive the 5th stage. Oh no, it's almost time for that, huh? Soon. We've got the 4th round. After that, everything will change. I have a feeling this next case, because the next case just came out, I have a feeling I'm just not gonna get it. Detective, stage 3 has come to an end. Can't believe we're leaving Ontario already. Who are these 2 people? Feels like we just got here. Let's hope stage 4 has better mysteries than the hockey rink one. Yeah, Zamboni can't kill you. I should know. Cute Deadpool. These mysteries are fake. So? Stop complaining about the mysteries and listen up. This next stage is going to be much trickier. And unfortunately, 2 of your team members will be leaving. I hope it's not me. Don't worry, Anodyne, you are useful. The team members I have decided to eliminate are... Detective Sepper-Lipolet. Oh my goodness! Detective Crushall. Oh. You've both been eliminated from the competition. I'm here to take your stuff. We'll never forget you. What? That's right. The team will not be the same. It will be very difficult, almost impossible, to continue the contest. Thank you for everything. I enjoyed my time in this place with everyone. It's just a damn shame. I was gonna use that money for so many things, really wholesome things. Now I'll never get to. Who knows, there may be another contest. You may have another chance. Well, you'll take the contest down by that point, Larica. That's a promise. Said your goodbyes? We're off. Wait. We'll be watching your progress. Once again, this is not televised. Bye. Sorry, we have to go. Now what do we do? Without them, my plan is ruined. And Tads is still meditating. You'll be fine, Larica. You can make a new plan. You always make new plans. You're a never-ending plan machine. That's right, and you still got the 4 of us. True. Please return to your rooms to pack. The plane is on a tight schedule. My equipment! I need to make sure it's all packed correctly. Hold on. Didn't at the very beginning of the case, Larica was like, it's just us 5? Just think about where the game master could be hiding. What? That's it. What he said just now. This plane. We've never checked the plane. As expected. I have to pack. Come on, Tads. Your belongings will be packed for you. Detective Anodyne. Yes. You have been assigned a special role for the 4th stage. You must not tell anyone the secret. It is between you and me until stage 5. Oh, is this a previous case? Because we're on stage 4 right now. Okay, understood. Yeah, okay. What's going on? This will tell you everything you need. Don't let anyone else see it, ever. Sure? Is Anodyne the traitor? I'm delighted to reveal that you've been given the complex, interesting, and dramatic role of... the traitor. Anodyne! Anodyne's the traitor. Ooh, okay, that makes sense. So that was from a previous stage, because we just finished... Interesting. File 3, done. Now we have file 4, and it could take an hour, most likely 2. I'm trying to hurry because I have a meeting to get to. Right, and then stage 4, like, just came out. What? No, there's more! Thanks for playing this early access version of Methods, the Canada Files, the story of the Canadian Detective Competition is not yet complete. Check website. What? You just announced that stage 4 is the thing. Is it not? Let's excuse you. Excuse you. Not complete the hangout will negatively infect the team. Oh, that's right. To the hangout. Alright. Let us become friends with people. How was everyone's night? I thought it'd be too cold, but I was actually a bit too hot. Of course, the way an igloo is constructed is ideal for trapping heat. My night was terrible. The blanket was way too itchy. It was? Must have been only your blanket. Solving the mystery of the itchy blanket will have to wait. How's the game master monitoring us this time? There are no cameras in rooms. It's maybe our best chance to freely discuss a new plan. Can those huskies be retrained to attack the color mineral green? I have an important announcement, everyone. The cameras are hard to see, but they are hidden in the ice crystals behind small one-way mirrors. What? I didn't check there because the footage would be distorted, wouldn't it? It could be undistorted digitally, so I'm forced to use my hand signals. Great. What was your announcement, Struce? I don't feel itchy anymore. Good, the team is in high spirits. A new day with new potential. Igloo was too far from anyone to set up a date, so in the remaining time as assigned leader, the dates would have to be with the other members of the team. We're gonna save real quick. That way in case I mess up bad. What's on your mind, V? Thoughts? Hey, I wanted to ask, because you're the team leader right now, any advice on what to do? Don't make decisions just because people expect you to. If none of the options are obvious, obtain more information. Ah, very smart as expected. Why did you expect that? Because you're always saying smart things? You should not expect everything. Keep your mind open to the possibility of stupidity from anyone at any time. Okay. Some cases. Your past cases, do they all involve poisonings? Not at all. I do autopsies too, even if I'm more specialized in toxology. Some cases. Good, good. Friendship. Any interesting cases in particular? Not as interesting as whatever case Ulrika was talking about. There was one where a celebrity died. Well, my autopsy showed that they had too much alcohol. The evidence to the contrary was witnesses' testimony that he hadn't seemed drunk. He'd been to 5 big parties during the night. Spent a lot of time trying to get everyone involved to accept that he had failed sobriety. The case was straightforward, but then one of his friends died in a similar way. I was able to link his murder to a killer who made his victims ingest isopropyl alcohol. So the killer got greedy. He was far from a criminal mastermind, I'll say that. Winter autopsy? Okay, good. Good, she fixed that. But isopropyl alcohol is different from drinking alcohol, yes? Winter autopsy revealed that it was such a high concentration? Well, that was actually one of my first autopsies, but I definitely learned a lot of lessons. Only do what you can. Yeah. I never make the same mistakes twice. If only all detectives had that attitude. Sadly, many lack the self-perspective. Are you indirectly roasting Larica again? No? So who do you like? Like, in what way? Any way you want. Any way you want, that's the way. Sorry. I like everyone. It's very bold. I think life is much better when you have more friends. And everyone has more friends than they probably realize. If we get along, then we're friends. End of story. Everyone? Okay, good. She likes that. She likes that. Is a store clerk who says, "Have a nice day," your friend? Sure, why not? Because you don't do activities most friends do together? But we could. Could you? Watch a movie, play a board game, or ask to borrow money from the store clerk? I'd like $10, please. No. Just no. See? Even though you're my friend, you wouldn't necessarily loan me $10. Those things you mentioned don't define friendship. I can be friends with whoever I want to be. And so can you. That's your personal choice. It just seems meaningless if you treat every friendly person as a friend. As I was saying, it's not meaningless, because it means I have more friends. And maybe if you saw the store clerk as your friend, you would feel less alone. If you draw a sharper boundary around who you see as a friend, that's okay. That's just how I choose to be. You seem happy, so you clearly have made a choice you are satisfied with. Yep, you bet. The secret to happiness was probably not destroying all sense of your personal boundaries, but maybe there was an ideal middle ground between the positions. That vote. Pretty cruel, wasn't it? It shows the true nature of the Game Master. Sometimes I forget this isn't just a fun contest and he's threatened to release a criminal into the world. You believe there's a traitor? I don't. It's just the Game Master playing a trick like usual. You are probably right. Yeah, share my vote. Like, I voted for myself. Like the plan. And you voted for yourself? Of course, it's what we agreed on. You did too, right? Yes. The trust within the team is strong. There is no traitor. If there was, they would have confessed it. Yeah. I don't think there's one either. She smiled. The team could not be so easily broken by the Game Master. But little do we know, it's her. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. And then we're gonna save Struce. She smelled like a moldy rice pudding that she forgot to put back in the refrigerator. It discouraged talking to her. Did I do something wrong? What makes you say that? You were looking at me. Well, I guess that doesn't mean I've done something wrong. Just me worrying about nothing, as usual. While you're here. Yes? You mentioned you are an internet detective. What are some other past cases of yours? Sure, well, the hacker organization I'm part of, we have, like, a chat group. So, do you ever text a group of people? It's like that. Of course. Texting is not a foreign concept. Everyone uses it these days. Not anodyne, apparently. But okay, I just wasn't sure how familiar you are with the computer stuff. How insulting. So it's not really a chat group like you have on your phone. It's a BBS I coded myself. Uh-huh. And we're always posting challenges for each other. Each challenge has a punishment and a reward. Accepting the challenge means accepting the risk that you may be punished for failing. So it's very motivating. It sounds so. One of the challenges was finding someone's brother who had been missing for 16 years. Find him? Right? Like, I'm not gonna worry about the punishment, just like, find him? You eventually found him? Yeah, I found him with a web crawler in like 0.3 milliseconds. It turned out that he had wanted to go missing all along. He didn't want to be found. So what did you do? I helped him. Thanks to me, nobody will find him again. That's irresponsible. Yeah, what if he turned out to be a dangerous criminal, Struce? We have our ways of doing very thorough background check. That's the benefit of being in an organization where privacy is a joke. What is the benefit to that exactly? It sounds illegal. Well, nothing I've done is technically illegal except maybe pirating video games, movies, and TV shows. Are you sure you want to admit that to a detective? Maybe I did, but you can't prove it. I admit nothing. Along the way, the conversation turned into a suspect interrogation. To be fair, Struce was acting very suspicious. You are pardoned for now. Whew. Struce, is there anyone you like? What? Oh, I fly solo. You don't need to ask me about this. I think we've done enough team bonding for today. Bye. She seemed like she was hiding something. As a detective, curiosity about others is vital. It was important to investigate this as it could be related to the traitor vote. And it was good for the health of the team to know one another better. Lots of very solid reasons. Someone you play video games with? Yes! How did you guess? It was a really easy thing to guess. Meeting online is getting more and more mainstream, and now you can just join all kinds of online communities. Yes, if you share a common interest, it is easier to meet. You pursued a wise path, Struce. Seems like you don't need any help. Well, I do things my own way, but it's a bit hard to choose what to do when you have more than one option. More than one option? I mean, there are two people I get along with very well. Two people? Oh, forget I said that. Struce was winning. How could this happen? Good for you! Good for you, Struce, as a fellow poly person myself. Good for you! I mean, they probably aren't into me anyway, so it's no big deal. You don't need to be assuaging like that. There is no problem. What do you think? Is it better to be with someone who makes you laugh or someone who's there for you when you are crying? Why not both? That is truly your choice, and the person you know who is empathetic to you is always the better one. But that is just one opinion. I like to laugh, though. I still don't know. Thanks for the advice anyway. Of course. It's fun to give advice. You'll find someone too someday. That's not comforting. Okay. A traitor. What do you think it means? No idea, but it is worrying, eh? Just imagine someone is here, pretending like they're just another member of the team, when actually they have a secret. Anyway, I have to think. I hate to think. I want to be able to trust everyone here. It instantly evaporates some trust, that is true. Struce's reaction was a bit interesting, but perhaps it was nothing. Share my vote. Alright, share my vote with my friend. Did you vote for yourself as agreed? Of course. It's the only thing that makes sense. Did you? Agreed. It was the best choice to make. Yeah, quick thinking there, V. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna do a same. Lurika, such a stubborn person. I hope you decide to be less confrontational today, V. We all need to be on the same page. A little conflict is healthy, but yes, it's time to put it aside. Good. It's a bit hard to mend fences. You mentioned a certain case in your past. The one I can't talk about. Yes. Nancy? Nope. Nope, not that. Load. Not that. Other cases? There we go. Friendship. Any other interesting cases? Her eyes lit up. The perfect question for Lurika. There's no such thing as a boring case. If you don't put your entire soul into solving the mystery, then you failed the victims of the crime. Yes. I stayed awake for an entire week to catch the mirrored mangler of the Maritimes. Sounds, what a case it was. Is getting on Lurika's good side really so easy? What happened? What are the details? As I try to get something out of my eye. Committed to cause the least amount of harm to the victims. They died with a peaceful smile on their faces, after which they were contorted into impossible positions. And in every crime scene, all the furniture was rearranged to its opposite side. That's why they called him the Mirrored Mangler. Of the Maritimes. He's definitely interrupting on purpose. He liked to watch himself committing the murders, so he always set up a live camera feed which was played back to himself. That was why the furniture was rearranged. I was able to catch him because he stole an expensive earring during one of the murders. One perfect trace later and I found him. Ironically, without his own recordings, we couldn't have noticed that the earring was missing. Murderers are so stupid. Anyone with the hubris to think they can take another's life is bound to be a short-sighted idiot in the end. Agreed. Do you like anyone, Lurika? Romantically? No. A quick answer. Nothing in my life will be as important to me as my work. Any kind of romantic relationship I try to have suffers as a result. I'll leave it at that. It's certainly easy to imagine Lurika ignoring her partner while deep in the case. But was that the entire truth? There seemed to be something deeper at play. Ooh, maybe you are not the problem. I can attest to that. Having done night shift for the past 6 years, it's hard to date. People be like, let's hang out on Saturday night. And I'm like, I keep telling you, I work Sunday morning. And they're like, so, yeah. It'd be hard. Relationship is built by two people. That's right. Imagine someone out there would be fine with my rigorous schedule. Cue the roommate. Yes. Someone laid back who has flexible hours, for example, but that's not the type of person I'm attracted to. Eureka! I only like people who work as hard as I do. Of course you did. What happens is that we are both so burned out that we have no emotional capacity left by the end of the day. Does Eureka have any emotional capacity to begin with? It results in an instability to satisfy each other's emotional needs. Neither of us end up caring that much about the other's feelings, which leads to arguments, and then things just end. That's rough. My girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough. Rough? Not really the word I would use. If someone is shouting at you, it makes it easy to let them go. I don't have any respect for someone like that. At that point, they may as well just be a little bug crawling around my house. I just take them outside and get on with my life. You should. There's no use in dwelling on those things. Exactly. And now you understand why I don't bother anymore. Yes, your position is respectable. and nobody should tell you how to live your life. And if they try, they'll just get a close-up view of the ground, as I will kick them very hard. Rika had some understandable issues with romance. For some people, having a partner does not make them happy. There was no use in playing matchmaker for her. What a pity. Time to think of a different way to fix her attitude problem. The vote for traitor. The most interesting vote yet. I think someone on our team may be working for the Game Master. Or perhaps they are in fact themselves the Game Master. You leaped the most shocking answer. To be honest, I've had it in my mind as a possibility for a long time. I don't think the cameras are the only way the Game Master would watch us. Having someone report to him would be the best way. And with this vote, he is testing to see if we've caught on. That makes some sense. To be honest, I believe you are the traitor, V. Is that so? I'm telling you so that you know your moves are being watched carefully. Share the vote? Even though I suspect you, I voted for myself as we agreed on. Same. If the vote is about a real traitor in the contest, it should be handled in the open, not in a secret vote. I agree. I'm taking my own steps to catch you. I don't need the Game Master's help. Good luck with that, Larika. She stood there smirking. She really thought she was onto something there. Maybe, you know? Wrong person, right attitude. And we're gonna get you one of these. Well rested, V? Did you think about our conversation yesterday? Yes, it's intriguing. Methods can be described as processes. Those processes sometimes are created through practice, and sometimes as the byproduct of natural advantages. Because you have a double method, I suspect that your brain may have some natural advantage in information processing. That would be a surprise. Perspective was cultivated through practice. I may know some new exercises that can help you, but I will need to test what you can do with your method. Please explain exactly what it does. Certainly. Perspective is about seeing things in new ways. Whether it's different angles of a crime scene or how others see the world, people's goals and attitudes become as easy to see as fingerprints on a sill. But it involves guesswork, right? Some assumed connections are required. I want to know just how accurate it really is. Use your method on me. Very well. Little shift. That's how I roll. There we go. Mustache there. You see the world as though it is about to end? How interesting. Exactly when you reach my age, you are fully aware that any day could be your last. There is more. You have a case in your past that you were hoping to hide, and you have a relationship in your life which you regret. Truly impressive. Am I that easy to read? All is obvious to perspective. A method like that, I know exactly how to help you. You should try using perspective on the same person multiple times. Save real quick. Multiple times? I'm surprised you didn't think of it. The only surprising thing was how original he thought it was. Did he think it hadn't been used on him before? It was clear that he did not have much to teach. That is already how it is trained. I see. Then a different technique may be better. Here's a copy of my manuscript. Study page 50. The quick swapping and on and off sprint exercises will interest you, I think. Thanks. It was unclear how useful the book would be. Perhaps it was better to change the subject. The case you were hoping to hide, is it something you can say? If it was, would I want it to hide it? Right. Rika wasn't the only one with a mysterious past case, but Tad seemed a bit easier to convince. There had to be some way to get him to open up about it. Appeal to truth? Yeah, appeal to truth. Sorry. It is a detective's natural instinct to pry into things they are told to stay out of. I'm sure I would feel the same way if you told me the same thing. If you must know, it concerns one of my friends. Oh. I don't want him to betray their confidence in me to keep the details of the case undisclosed. You're right. Right? Like, you're absolutely right. Protect your friend's confidence. There's no fault in that. You are a good friend. In my long life, I've learned that there is nothing more valuable to have than a good friend. Very touching advice. Who else would agree to promote your book for no monetary compensation? For example, it was not so touching anymore. Using your friends for free labor. Indie film scene, hello? Don't worry, I'll pay them back when my book makes me rich. They know I will. You would have to finish the book first. I know. Great writing takes time. Paying back the generosity of his friends did not seem to be Tad's top priority. This relationship you have regrets about. Can you share more about it? Well, there's not much use hiding it from you. I know you're probably looking for something more interesting, but it's my son. He has gone completely non-contact with me, for completely ridiculous reasons. Maybe you could use perspective on him to figure out his nonsensical logic. Oh, that was not the vibe. Not the vibe.
Perspective won't help in this case. You bet it won't. Even the world's greatest detective wouldn't be able to talk sense into him. He thinks my current book is a total waste of time. We had a whole argument over it. But it's alright. When you are doing something truly important and momentous, there will be those who don't believe in you. It would just be nice if at least my son would stand by my side. Come around, right? He'll come around. Once you finish it, you've given me some hope, B. If I just finish it, maybe there's a chance he would speak to me again. Maybe he is waiting for you to reach out. I wouldn't dare reach out until my book is released. What would be the point otherwise? We'll just have an argument again. That is possible. Hopefully Taz is motivated enough to finish his book. How about that traitor vote, eh? The Game Master threw the glove down with that one. Challenge accepted. It will not be so easy to turn the team against each other. Not after so many mysteries together. I agree. Oh. I'm glad I could be awake for it this time. I voted for myself, of course. Yay. Same here. I hope the traitors found out next round. That'd be very convenient for us, indeed. Or perhaps they don't exist. That'd be the best outcome I could imagine. Morale is improved. Alright, perfect. Did the morale, and now we're gonna try and do case 4. Of course, its difficulty has gone up, so that explains why we kind of were floundering at the end there. Before the 4th stage began, Anodyne was given a surprising role, the traitor. Does this spell disaster for Team Taz in the upcoming round of the mysterious Canadian detective competition? Guess we'll find out. I just want people to get along, for everyone to be happy, to keep things positive. Anodyne, you've been given the complex, interesting, dramatic role of the traitor. Lunch, so we're gonna put this on auto.
I was just vibing to the music. I was just like, pretend fear. I was like, is this a flute? A pan flute? I was like, what is this? I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a flute. But yeah, brand new case. Just came out a couple days ago, so we'll see how we do. They are getting harder, like I was. The snow limo? Somehow the limo parked in the snow outside our hotel. How is this possible? We simply put skis on the limo. Problem solved. It can't be that simple, can it? Why didn't we get the snow limo before? Because another team was using it. We're all so annoying. Maybe you don't deserve the snow limo. Just get in already. Bellhop is energetic today. Perhaps the next location is somewhere really nice, like Prince Edward Island. That's my vacation spot of choice. You could be right, Tads. Vacationing, yes. It's like getting a non-lethal injection of relaxation into your veins. What an odd thing to say. Something everyone needs now and then. She kept glancing at me. Was this part of her plan? I was so confused. But I don't buy that at all, Eureka. You've never taken a day off in your life. Maybe I've changed my mind. I don't know you. It's nice to see you change your mind about something, Eureka. Cough coming. They're incredibly similar, so why couldn't they get along? Or maybe being similar is why they didn't like each other? I didn't know what to think. Perhaps solving a mystery would be the best way to distract them. Something in your mind, Anodyne? Nothing. Just looking forward to the next round. Yeah, me too. Anodyne and Struce. How would Eureka react when she found out I was a traitor? Would she be disappointed? Maybe she would understand. It was hard to determine what V would think. We weren't that close. She would probably just go back to being completely distant. Struce would probably be sad. Taz wouldn't feel anything. But if any of them thought of me as a friend before, that was gonna end. They're just negative thoughts. Just a few hundred points at a contest. A contest that Eureka was trying to shut down anyway. They'd understand. Everything was gonna be great. Fine. Phew, what a relief. Did you say something? Just that I feel really relieved. Me too. It's so nice to be out of the cold. Yes, it's very nice. We are approaching our destination, detectives. Please stay seated. Anodyne, I need you to... Back to your seat, Detective Downs. Damn it. What did I just say? You detectives never listen to me. Eureka's last chance had ended in failure again. The game master was too clever with all his cameras and microphones and sensors, and the staff members were always around too. But knowing her, she hadn't given up yet. Bum, bum. What up, bum, bum. Whee! New Brunswick. Let's see if we can finish it today. I most likely will have to extend my calendar. The boat gently drifted through the water. The oddly shaped rocks ahead of us made it feel like we were landing on an alien planet. Detectives, welcome to stage 4, round 4. This time our picturesque murder takes place at the Hopwell Rocks. Tourism, wildlife, high tides, low tides, famous rocks like Diamond Rock, E.T. Rock, Elephant Rock, Mother-in-Law Rock. Is that real? And now, murder. Oh. It's not Prince Edward Island, Tads. This is fine with me, too. Prince Edward Island, the crime rate is way too low there. Not a good place for a mystery. That's never stopped you before. Feel free to explore the entire area. Your time begins as soon as the boat hits the shoreline. This mystery is called Death by the Shallows. The shoreline area will be flooded in 2 hours. Therefore, you get 2 hours to investigate, and 1 hour to solve the mystery. Good luck! The little boat hit the shore. It was robotically controlled and puttered away as soon as we stepped off. What's our first move, Anodyne? Yes, what is it? Let's just see what we see when we get there, okay? I do recommend having a procedure in place. Okay, we only have 2 hours, so it's vital to make decisions quickly. You can count on me. Start with the victim first. That's the best way. Oh yes, that's what you did. You're right. It's a pretty good approach. There's an even better approach, interviewing the suspects first to know what evidence we'll need to unlock them. That's a good point too, Eureka. It's a large enough area though. Maybe we should split up for this one? Yes, that's a concentrated team can coordinate faster. Oh no, I was gonna be sick again. Everyone was offering contradictory advice. I needed to incorporate everyone's feedback so that nobody's feelings would get hurt. Sure, let's try splitting up into one consolidated group and focus on suspects first, examining the victim before anything else. Sounds perfect.
A winning strategy, Anodyne. I could not have. I could have only said it slightly better myself. Wow, you listened to me. Thank you. There were always a way to attend to everyone's need, for everyone to be heard, and for everyone to be happy from now on. Always. No problem, team. Now let's solve this mystery. I knew what it was like for a friend group to fall apart. I wasn't gonna let it happen again. Complete chapter 16? Oh, wow. So now we're at 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. The detectives have arrived at the 4th round's location, the Hoppo Rocks. Can Anodyne lead the team with nothing but a positive attitude? Probably not. Things will fall apart. Those rocks are kind of intimidating, huh? Intimidating? The word I would use is splendid, delicious. Eroded over millions of years, someday they will be swept away entirely. I'm starting to get a bad feeling. What was going on? Team toxicity alert? Anodyne can sense when negative energy is affecting the team. Click the icon of the teammate who is causing the toxicity before the number reaches 0. Results will influence mystery score. Maybe you shouldn't bring those things up in the first place, Tads. I was simply answering a question. Oh dear, I chose it badly. Tads hadn't been the one causing the issues. No! Oh, by the way, Anodyne, I found this in the case file. A whole map of the area. How useful. The game master's shown us what areas aren't part of the mystery. Guess he's decided to play fair this time. We'll see about that. Perspective is of use as well. Not yet, V. Let's decide where to go first. Alright. The mystery took place over the entire park. The game master had really gone all out. Where would be the best place to start? Choose a place to investigate. I would say this because in 2 hours this is going to disappear, so I want to do anything that's on the shore. The iconic rock seems like they'd be at the center of whatever mystery the game master has in store. Agreed. Smart thinking. I like your leadership. Well, I learned from the best. Thank you. My mentor at medical school. He was a great guy. If only we had all great mentors like that. Every moment counted. The investigation officially began. I can see why this place is a tourist trap. It's super cool. If you went outside more, you would get to see rocks all the time. Until the outside has more exciting loot and cheaper cosmetics for my player character, I'm not interested. I'm glad you decided to join us here in real life, Struce. Maybe this is my digital avatar being projected into reality. You don't know. The conversation was getting seriously off track. Okay, everyone, let's get started. Wow. Didn't take long to find a victim. The mystery deepens. Autopsy. Okay. He's definitely bleeding. Act. He was hit in the back of the head multiple times. The killer must have snuck up from behind. There's a reasonable reasoning. That's a reasonable reasoning, Anodyne. I'm just glad I didn't need to poison myself for that one. We all are, Anodyne. Yeah, cool. And now we investigate. This was Elephant Rock, right? I heard it collapsed last year. Yeah, that's really sad. If it were not for the erosion process, these rocks would not exist in the state at all. No need to be sad about it. Thanks, but I'm gonna be sad anyway. No toxic positivity. There was something glinting in the sand. A shell, an SD card for a camera. Quite so, I use them a lot myself. Victim's wallet, so the murderer wasn't committed to rob him. Yep, still has all the cash. Rocky Shallows, so that's our victim. Anything else? This note that just has 1:20 p.m. written on it, and this other note with blah written on it. Sounds like a password. Not a very good one, by the way. Simple number for letter substitutions are pretty easy to bypass. Good to know. It's time to change all my passwords. Again. Why are there so many holes everywhere? Let's find out. Nothing. That's what I was saying. The outside world has terrible loot drops. There was nothing in any of the holes. If there had been treasure hidden somewhere, it was gone. Usually I'd be able to use my method to track the movements of everyone on the shore, but there's so many footprints, unfortunately it's impossible. I guess that's the problem with it being a popular place. I think we found the murder weapon. I think your thinking is correct, Tads. A lightweight but dangerous weapon tool. Anyone could use it. So it doesn't exactly paint a picture of our culprit. So far, I'm stumped. The most important clue here seems to be the 1:20 p.m. note. Bothers me a bit, to be honest. I don't really understand why he would need to write that down on a note. The Game Master has been known to create many controversies for the purpose of the mystery. It's not much to go on. Don't worry, there are more clues to find. After all, we still haven't been everywhere yet. Trail seems like a good vantage point. Connects to a lot of other areas. Could be a good place to find clues. Finding the clues. Ugh, hiking. Come on, Struce, you love it. Ugh. This is a densely packed area. How are we gonna find any evidence around here? Good point from Larica. Perspective. There you go. Got him. There's more evidence here than you may realize. Thanks, V. She sure was handy. If I could just keep her away from Larica, everything would be great. Another victim. Autopsy. No damage. Okay, I see bleeding. Stabbed. Okay, internal bleeding. Punctured lung. Multiple stab wounds. He was stabbed by a small knife in the back. Oh, that's awful. It sure is, Struce. Extremely painful death. Ugh. It was fun to tease Struce. Don't miss this, it was hard to spot. It was another SD card. Have you seen this woman? Missing Sally Shallows. 100k reward for any information related to her disappearance 5 years ago. Contact the family at findsallyshallows.com. That's a pretty sweet reward. .com? Are you kidding me? The victim's family needs to learn how to purchase domain names. Sally Shallows, related to Rocky Shallows, I assume? Oh, right. Maybe she's connected to his death somehow. It's hard to say yet. Maybe? My conclusion so far is that hiking is dangerous. And what do you think of the mystery, Struce? No idea. Sorry. There's nothing to think yet. More investigations required. Let's keep looking. We're gonna go to the car. I wonder if there are any suspects in the parking lot area. Only one way to find out, right? There's not a lot of background audio for this file. I was getting a twisted feeling about this mystery. Something was strange about it. I couldn't identify it yet, but it was all distorted and wobbly. Anodyne? I'm fine. Let's be sure to check every detail. Naturally. There we go. This one's locked. Looks completely empty inside, though. Maybe we're not meant to look in that one? Perhaps, but keep an eye out for a car key anyway. Understood. Exactly. Keep an eye out. Is Larica trying to steal my leader position? Ooh, I think Anodyne might snap and be like, I'm the leader. Let me make it. Read the news? This doesn't make sense. Usually the killer will write something more intimidating. Yes, this is just basic advice. I wonder if they also scrawled, do your laundry, somewhere around here. It may not have been the killer. I guess we should look for a newspaper? Haven't seen one. Then let's keep looking. Oh, found a person. This victim's head was covered with a jacket. I don't like this at all. I carefully removed it. Nothing scary here, Struce, see? I don't want to look. I'm gonna stand over here. Come on. I'm good. Okay. So silly. Autopsy. See no damage. I don't see any damage. Electrocuted, suffocated, internal bleeding, fire, hammered. I don't know, was it poisoned? Oh, maybe because it's a blue brain? No damage. Okay, I'm guessing because it's a blue brain, that's how you know it's poison. He was poisoned, painfully. It would have taken at least 3 hours before he showed symptoms, but he died quickly afterwards. I wonder what the cloth was for. Maybe the killer didn't want to look their victim in the eye? I'm sensing they were a coward. Rika was already forming a profile of the killer. Her mind was truly on another level. There's not enough information to make a judgment on that yet. You are assuming again, Larica. Very well, I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Actually, I want everyone to share their thoughts. The more thoughts and opinions we have, the better. We can sort them out into good and bad later, okay? Be sure to tell me if you think of something, B. The scene is still being investigated, but you'll be informed if there are any conclusions to be drawn. V wasn't the type of person to take initiative like Larica, but she still wanted to lead. If I could help V feel valued, maybe she wouldn't be so sensitive about Larica's tendency to leap ahead. Fair. Always bring one of these on long car trips. Yeah, I always fill it with Canada Wet. What? Just bring the cans. Oh, wow, good point. It's like, why? Just bring the can. Oh, yeah, you're right, aren't you? Camera. I believe it is a Canon 56D. Very good model. Is there anything on it? No. But those SD cards we found should have something. a camera tripod, useful for any photographer. Tad seems to know what he was talking about. Maybe I could get him to do a photo shoot with me? That'd be so fun. We could dress up in different outfits. Oh, better guy. Those look strong. Well, they have to be. I'm always tripping over my cables. Nobody was strangled in this case, right? Not that I know of. Wow, what a useful little gadget. It's a Swiss Army knife, essential for camping out in the wilderness. You do a lot of camping, Larika? Of course, plenty of stakeouts in the woods. Do none of you do stakeouts? Not much of a need for that with cold cases. Internet detective, remember? You. It's like, should I be doing stakeouts? I feel like I'm missing out on the experience. Another one. Something caught my eye beside one of the car's tires. Another SD card. They seemed important. A laptop we can't get into, videos we can't watch, and a message we don't understand. All the mysteries will be solved in due time. Yes, don't worry. Larika was definitely attempting to sneak back into the team leader role, but it was okay. Whatever made her happy. How about the park entrance? I agree, I'm curious what we'll find there. Let's lead the way. Well, what happened here? Let's find out. So, what's going on? Another... I bet it's for the camera we found. Wonder what's on it. Full access, partial access, no access. Okay. Explain this. This place is famous for having high and low tides throughout the day. During low tide, you can actually walk on the ocean floor. During high tide, the shore area is flooded with water and you can kayak around on it. Oh, have you been here before? No. Sounds dangerous. Water is not to be underestimated. True. Water can sneak up on you and get you. There's a small booth at the entrance gate. So this is where you check in. Every suspect passed this way, right? Just like the Montreal case, there should be a list of visitors somewhere. Ooh, an act. Ooh, it's a postcard. See, I'm not the only one who went, ooh. An old one, copyright 2015. Can I take it home? Feel free, I take evidence home all the time. I would never admit to that, Tads. But she would still do it? Is that what Larika was saying? Oh my god. Larika! She's just like, how dare you, Larika, taking evidence from the scene of the crime. Maybe we can access stuff here. Nice, a computer. I bet it's full of clues. Yeah. No luck, I tried every password I could think of. Even the password we found in the wallet? Yeah. It would take too much time to get into using other methods. Oh well, you tried your best. We'll figure it out soon, I'm sure. Thanks, Anodyne. The Game Master wasn't writing passwords on post-its for us this time. But to be fair, it was the last round on the stage. A little difficulty was to be expected. There's a phone here. Maybe we can call the Game Master. He wouldn't answer. He was reluctant to give out hints. Shady. Rika thought everything about the Game Master was shady. But it seemed like a pretty normal mystery contest thing to me. Like, of course it's mysterious. It's a mystery contest. Notebook, hopeful staff. Oh, I found a list of visitors. It's on the first page. Yeah. B flipped through the notebook. The rest is blank. Unless there's invisible ink. Doesn't seem like it. I think I skipped a little too far, but there's... let's talk to you. Suspect, okay. Etha Kamen, it's my displeasure to meet you, because of the crime that took place here, of course. Don't bother suspecting me. I arrived here just before the ambulance and did not do anything or interfere with the crime scene whatsoever. Now goodbye. You won't talk to us, eh? Perhaps he really has nothing to do with the crime. We'll see if he opens up later. Hi, I'm Claire Heath. Sorry, I'm just really having a bad day. We got a call at 6:26 a.m. that someone had been found stabbed on the beach. You mean shovel? Someone had found sent something, but wasn't sure what. Dang it. Oh, here we go. One person was admitted at 9:03, 3 at 9:06, and finally one at 10:30. This? How could she have been found on the beach at 6:26 a.m.? It was during high tide, right? Ugh, you're totally right. She was found in the parking lot, actually. I'm surprised she was found at all since the park was closed. Since the park was closed. Nope. Closed park. I'm sure a lot of people here today. Nope. The park was closed. Why were so many people allowed in? No idea. Maybe they were having a private party or something. Anyway, it's the first time we've been called down here about an injury. First time. No, because she went missing. Oh, no, not that. This. She went missing. I wonder if that's true. Well, I hope so. Believe it or not, paramedics want to be called in less. It's not sad. So not this? I figured that would be it. Read the news. I wonder if that's true. Dang it, I'm just not in it today. It's got murder, I see. This again? No, I'ma do it. There's only so many options. I'ma do it. Postcard. Tide. This tide chart has a very specific warning on it. Rattling the guardrails on the viewing platform may result in death. It's the kind of thing that I only put a warning about if someone's done it before. Gosh, I completely forgotten about that. Someone did die that way a long time ago. You put my head on straight again. Guess I'll tell you everything I know. Thanks a lot. We got it, Claire! Claire Heath, EMR. She looks like she's been stabbed. There are others. I don't know the full extent of it, but something really bad happened here. We showed up at 10:30 a.m. Nobody was at the entrance or anything, or except that weird little guy over there. She showed up with an ambulance team. That's a pretty good alibi. You can always trust a paramedic. Except in that one cold case I worked on, the ruthless and murderous paramedic. I don't know about that. It was a sordid affair. It'd be wise to move on. Yeah, I agree, V. Must keep everyone in good spirits. Must keep everyone in good spirits. So they failed to save her life. It was hard to tell yet. Time to use a method. Autopsy. No damage. No damage. Oh, jeez. Bleeding. Yeah. Okay. Internal bleeding. Punctured lung. Perfect. She was stabbed in the back with a small knife, puncturing her lung. She bled out within minutes. There's nothing worse than a backstabber. If you're gonna be a murderer, at least don't be a coward about it. I'm inclined to agree with you. A backstabber is a truly despicable type. Oh great, let's move on. Finally, we found living suspects, but they both have strong alibis. If only the victim could talk. We've gotten everything here, right? Where to next? Great job, everyone. I don't really know what's going on, but it looks like this is a mystery with a whole lot of victims. That's a good starting point. There are 2 suspects left alive. Alright, Aoife and Claire. Claire. Good. Right, the EMR worker and the weird tourist guy. The visitor's log is not rock solid, but it does give them strong alibis. Did your autopsy tell you anything, Anodyne? I'm sorry, but I could only determine a pretty wide range in terms of time of death. Every victim's time of death is between 9 and 11. I can't determine the order they died. We'll have to figure out another way. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm really dying to know what's on the SD cards. Me too. Perhaps the crime was recorded? Yes, let's find out. I'm really curious too. Tad's helped me insert the SD cards into the digital camera. Using the timestamps as a guide, we were able to watch them in chronological order. Oh. You're recording, Lance? Yep. I don't think this is gonna make it into the video. You never know. So, Payne, are you excited? Yeah, especially with Lance here. Excited to learn all his tricks. Let's just let him do everything. Hey! That's the car the victim was found in, by the way. Everyone noticed, Larica. Just making sure. Okay, here's the next one. Here it is. Good job, Kat. That's another one found. Should we be taking these down? First come, first served. Kat. Okay, maybe we'll leave this one. Let me know if you find any more. I thought I saw one over there, but it's not there anymore. I'm sure we'll find them all together. What the? they were taking down the missing posters? That explains why there was only one. Perhaps they already found Sally? Or they didn't want her to be found. Okay, 9:18. Hey, you guys filming? Is it allowed? Yeah, I'll allow it. My name's Rocky Shallows. Nice to meet you. Wow, Rocky. Nice to meet you. If you find something, come talk to me. Okay, we will for sure. Okay, they're all alive. Cat and Pain. What are they looking for? More posters, probably. Pointing. Cinematography is very subpar. Maybe that's the culprit's motive? 10. Oh, he's dead. Rocky, we were talking to him just an hour ago. This is so exciting. So they discovered the body together, perhaps establishing an alibi on camera? If they all did it, then why act so suspiciously? Saying, this is so exciting does nothing to assuage guilt. It's an odd thing to say. It is. 10:25. Hello? Wait, I think he's dead. Oh my god, Pain! Ah! That's the last clip. What? There has to be more. I'm surprised there was so much. Now, is she screaming for Pain, or is she saying Pain died there? The mystery is still very foggy. Maybe more investigations in order? We only found one poster. I noticed that too. The other ones should be around here. And don't forget, we don't know how the car victim was poisoned. Well, that one is not so hard to solve, Larika. Identify the poisoned object is simple. It's the bottle. Right? It's the bottle? Boom. The water bottle. Solid guess. Let me test it. I can identify poisons too, remember? Wait, you have to poison yourself to do that, right? Yeah. It may not be worth it. You're the team leader. You should be given a chance to lead us for this whole mystery, just like the rest of us have done. Doesn't seem fair if you're out of commission half the time. Are you sure, though? We don't know if this was really a poisoned item. Larika's right. You don't need to poison yourself for one minor clue. The other teams don't have an anodyne. It doesn't slow them down. I concur. Alright. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't need to poison myself. Why were we letting you do that in the first place? It seems kind of messed up now that I think about it. No, there's nothing wrong with poisoning yourself as long as you're a medical expert. But I definitely would spend too much time being sick. Let's revisit a few areas. I'm sure there are things we missed. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together. They were trying to be nice, but I was going to rely on the poisons as an excuse to slip away. And the game master hadn't yet shown me the vital clue. What was I going to do? Complete chapter 17! Okay, so 18, 19, 20. Oh, we're good. Great. Detoxic positivity? Footage found at the crime scene raises more questions than answers, but Anodyne is determined to keep team spirits up. Just keep smiling and solve the mystery. Yeah, toxic positivity is a thing. And I'm guessing that's what Anodyne suffers from. It's just as we suspected. More of these posters. It appears to be all of them. So they didn't destroy them, just hid them. Get some sippies. I didn't mean to click that fast, it's fine. Makes no sense. Why wouldn't they want the reward? Why kill him? And they filmed themselves taking down the posters. It would only incriminate them. B's right, there's something else going on here. Does anyone want a marshmallow? I found a marshmallow bag in the woods. That reminds me of the camping trips I used to go on with my son. Now I do them by myself. Not much more enjoyable. Larika? No. Okay. Isn't that evidence, Druce? Just remembered it was there, no harm done. She popped a marshmallow in her mouth. Ugh, it's stale. I don't think those are marshmallows. Ugh. I took the marshmallow from her hand. Struce, this is a mushroom. It looks nothing like a marshmallow. I wanted to believe. What is it? Game Master, help! He's not responding. Good thing we have a toxology expert. Do you feel anything? I'm good. Feeling just as awful as I always do. Don't eat random mushrooms in the woods. Ever. How am I supposed to know that? Do I look like I camp in the woods? It could be a puffball. Or it could be a destroying angel that looks basically exactly like a puffball, but probably not. Probably. If I'm about to die, then I need to tell you guys something. I've been working for the— Oh, detectives! Let me spare you the trouble. That is supposed to be a deadly mushroom, but in reality, it's just a puffball. We weren't allowed to use real destroying angels. Ha ha ha. Wow, thanks, Game Master. You're so welcome. I didn't mean to click that fast. One of the murder weapons probably used to poison the water bottle, which we found in the car. Struce had been about to say something. Probably nothing important. I almost died. Did I? No, I didn't. Cheer up, Struce. Negative spiraling is not your friend. It's all I have, okay? Do you need to take a break, Struce? Wait, Struce, are you a Gemini? Wait. You've got to be a Scorpio, right? Oh no, I don't have any crystals that match your star sign. Sorry. It's fine, really. It was too bad, but the only crystal in my pocket was for Pisces only. If Struce is okay to continue, then let's get back to it. Now, these posters. Careful, Eureka. We don't have time for a big deductive monologue. They're not all the same, right? Yes, they are. Eureka laid all the posters next to each other. Oh. Hold on. Elephant. And then this, and it points to this. But then this rock points to this rock, which points up. But this points up, and this points over here. Right? Because if I follow the arrow go here, arrow go here. I think this is pointing to this. So I think, yeah, you start here and go dun, 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 dun. The blotches. Whoa! What is it? Don't they remind you of something? These blotches remind you of something. The rocks. Yes. Of course. That one looks like an elephant. That one looks like E.T. It's the Hopo rocks. It's not just the rocks. These posters form a map. If you follow the scribbled arrows, the final one points to Elephant Rock. Something important is there. Nothing important is here. Can we go now? I don't get it. We thoroughly inspected every hole. I'm sick. You were not poisoned, Struce. But I almost was. No, you were not. There has to be something here, but there's nothing. You cannot always force a solution, Eureka. What if I can? What if I kick this rock? Maybe I'll just need to rest for a bit? How much time left, Tads? 1 hour. See, no time to rest. I hate when that happens. Try kicking another rock, Eureka. It was funny. Maybe I should go to the hospital just in case? Okay, everyone. I know we seem stuck, but there isn't time for a speech, Anodyne. Perhaps everyone died from an accident. I accidentally stabbed myself in the back just the other day. It was only a thought. The negative energy of the team was positively overflowing. Negatively overflowing? I had to do something. Oh no, I lost my arm. What are you doing? That's not helpful. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Oh no, we don't want you, Anodyne. You'll just slow us down. No. Think, who has caused the negativity? There was always someone spreading their poison to everyone else. You can sense when negative energy is affecting the team. Click the icon. I think it's Eureka. Eureka, it's okay to not know the answers. We always figure it out, right? Let the investigate the evidence we weren't able to assess before. There's gotta be a clue. Right, there was that suspect and a locked computer. Right, it could be important. I let myself get frustrated for no reason. It's okay, Eureka, it happens to everyone. Let's not stand here then. Back to the hunt. The sparkle was back in Eureka's eye. Situation detoxed. Let's check the other areas again for things we missed. It's better than doing nothing. If we find the password for that computer, maybe that dummy will unlock. We found it at the entrance gate. Let's go back there. Second. Okay, let's go. It was nice to see the team functioning. All thanks to the power of positive affirmation. Back here again. There's gotta be a password somewhere. Sure. It was your idea, Struce. Everyone's ideas are heard and acknowledged. Oh, right. This feels so validating. Ugh, my feet, I hate walking. You should change your entire lifestyle, Struce. Let's Struce. Is there any clue in this ambulance? The password for the entrance gate computer would be no, I need to finish your sentence. No need to finish your sentence, I get it. Nothing under the chair. Not even a snack? You look through every page, you. Are you sure there was nothing besides the visitor's log? Yes. If you are used to taking in lots of information quickly, it is easy to determine. She seemed pretty insistent that she looked at every page. Maybe the password just isn't here. The password is always nearby anything you need to hack before, Struce. It's not a hard rule, though. If it's in this area, there's only one piece of evidence that really makes sense. Read the news. Where have we seen passwords before? You could guess by looking through a window at a Birthday cake. There was some on sticky note. What could it be? I thought it was too obvious. The notebook with the visitor log in it. It's the only place you write a password around here, but it's blank. Ulrika stared at the notebook thinking. Maybe there's like impressions from pen marks on one of the pages? No, there are not. Ulrika tapped her finger on her mouth. She flipped the notebook over. On the back of the notebook was written, password, Hope Rocks. Well, we all make mistakes. Great, let's find out what's on the computer. Fundraisers, tours, trash. Seems like the browser is the most interesting thing. What should we search for? My website! You can try my website. What does that have to do with the mystery? I can try it. Go to drmarieanodyne.net. It's not loading. The Game Master probably restricted the available websites. Now you know. Thanks, I think. The website on the poster. What was it? FindSallyShallows.com. Ugh, right. It's the same information as the poster. So you can contact the family right here. Would it do anything if we tried? Maybe. Not sure what to try, though. How about we leave it for later? Try logging in. Is there a way to become a site member? We don't need to become a site member. We have everything we need to log in already. Ah, yes, the wallet. It had a password, right? But we need a username too, don't we? The wallet was owned by Rocky Shallows, so let's try that. Rocky Landscape. It's a whole other website? Seems like a fairly standard landscaping website. We're so deep in this mystery that it doesn't feel related at all. Everything must be related. It's just hard to see how. Did you see the news? Finally, a lead. This user, Red Cape, is very suspicious. Is there anything else in the laptop, Struce? Well, I can look in the search history. It should be within the contest rules. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to pack into this laptop. Try it. Let's read the news as the killer suggested. The body still lies in the shallows. Oh. It's gotta be what they meant, right? It appears so. We've gotta call that number. Evidence added. We know what read the news means now, or we sort of do. It suggests that someone wrote this message to point to the news article, and that it was perhaps Red Cape. After all, this Red Cape person also said, see the news. Other than that, there's not much to discern from it. Without being able to call the phone number, yes. Well then, let's call the number. 45.87 by... Coordinates? Ugh, this is annoying. The coordinates should be discernible. How? Do you have superpowers? This is part of the mystery. It should be nearby. Besides, coordinates are easy to figure out. These ones appear to point to the trail. I'm sure glad you're on the team, V. Let's get moving. Okay. All this running around was costing us time. We need to get to the mystery stage soon. Maybe someone's method could help? Can you help show where the coordinates were pointing to, Ulrika? Yes, now that I know there's a trail to find. Tracing the origin. Explore the scene with your mouse cursor to find the pasture and the most likely origin of the evidence. That wasn't right. That wasn't right. I've determined the location of the coordinates. There are signs of a trail leading to this spot. The earth is soft. There may be something buried. Good thing we have a shovel. Is it wise to use evidence in that way? We're a little desperate here, Tads. Yes, only 30 minutes remain to investigate. Bee dug into the earth with a shovel. She was very good at digging. At last, something was uncovered. Skulls? 2 cheap plastic skulls. Bones. And a red cape. Red cape. So 2 more victims. No, they aren't victims. Or they'd be dummies. These are just plastic bones. That is the best guess based on the circumstances. This really reminds me of finding a pirate's treasure. Except it's just some fake bones in the end. That'd make some amount of sense, actually. No, it's more like a... Struce? I think I just solved the mystery. What? Well, maybe not the whole mystery, but something's been weird about it from the start, right? This mystery isn't like the other ones. There's something different about it. Yes, I've sensed it too. And there's one piece of evidence that really stands out as different. One piece of evidence that's too complicated. Too complicated? This? Is there anything different about the mystery? Was it more muddled? My brain was confused. It's too complicated. Oh, computer. Well, out of all the evidence, the most different thing is the website? Think about it. We found the website on the posters, then it leads us down a weird rabbit hole until we find these skulls in the earth. Why have the website at all? It just adds unneeded extra steps. To slow us down? It's weird. I like the website. When you said Pirate's Treasure, you meant it's like a treasure hunt, right? Yeah, that's the term I was looking for. There is no treasure. No, this is the treasure. Finding Sally is a treasure hunt game. This is the final clue of the treasure hunt. We thought there were 2 mysteries. A series of murders at Hopewell Cave. Let me clear that fast. But Sally isn't actually kidnapped. She never even existed. The posters, the website, they're all just clues. This is an ARG, augmented reality game. It stands for alternate reality game, or that. It's essentially a multimedia treasure hunt. The clues blend the internet with the real world. A clue in an online video that leads to a real world location, for example. And they have like narratives that bind the clues together. Oh, it's hard to explain. Huh? I see, so this ARG was a trail of clues set up like a missing persons case. A fake mystery alongside a real one. Fake skulls, real dummies. Right, except obviously they're both fake in real life since they're created for the contest. It's a fake mystery inside a fake mystery. So that's the game masters play. The first time everything is clear. Not to me. It's all thanks to our little online friend Struce. I'm like Clippy, but my spine is even more twisted. What was she talking about? This explains the behavior of our suspects. They were tearing down the missing person posters because they didn't want anyone else to find the clues to solve the ARG puzzle. It explains why Kat said, "This is so exciting." She thought Rocky was pretending to be dead as part of the ARG. Have all the clues been found then? There's still that one suspect who wouldn't talk to us. See if he opens up now. Right? Be like, hey, I hope this is the last time I have to run. I already had a brush with death today. I don't need this. Once again, you were never in danger. People have died of fright, you know. Let's stay on track, team. Alright, let's see if he'll talk to us. It's Efekemo, not a suspect. Go away. Have any of the dummies acted like this before? Yes, we had to find evidence to unlock them. But if he's just a random tourist, then there won't be any evidence related to him. So he's not a random tourist. Obviously not, or he wouldn't be here. Then what do we do? Is there really no way to unlock this dummy? No, the game master wouldn't do that. Maybe. I don't know. Let's try using our methods on it. The power of teamwork. Anything's possible. Alright, try some perspective. Anything you can do here? Perspective, other uses does not work on dummies. No worries. Code break? What about you, Struce? Oh, I don't think it's allowed to hack into the dummies. Too bad. If he'd been giving us a code, I could crack it. Or he had a phone. Oh well. Wait. Your method could work, Struce. This dummy does have something Struce's method could solve. His wiring, his name, his coding, his eyes, his battery, his speech. What could it be? Something with a code? His name? His name? The only thing I think of is his name. Yes, his name is a code. I thought it was some kind of pun like the other dummies. It sounds like an anagram. Oh yeah, I can totally solve that. Click the arrows under letters to rearrange them. Oh, is it fake name? Fake name! Time for us to talk to you, Mr. Fake Name. How clever of you. Ahem. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My real name is Cypher. Cypher Wexillamus. Oh. What? Who is responsible for this? You. Who did this? It's hilarious. Who did this? Funny. Permission to jump out the window? It isn't because I love deceiving people, even though I do. I never give out my real name in any form. I'm more mysterious that way. You never give out your real name? The registry? We did see his real name somewhere. Cypher Wexillamus. Sounds faker than his fake name. Cypher. Website's copyright was owned by. The website for the missing Sally Shallows does have your real name, though. Copyright Cypher V. It was probably a different Cypher V. Why would I be connected to some random website for a missing woman? This is a missing person investigation, not one of my ARGs. I'm gonna pick the website again. We need some way to prove that this isn't a real missing person's case. Oh, okay, so bones. The Sally Shallows case is not real. It's a fake mystery created for some AGR thing. ARG. Okay, I admit that Sally Shallows was created for an ARG, and I might have had something to do with it. that there was no connection between the ARG and the real murders. Mushrooms? Poisonous mushrooms? Oh, you got me. Just kidding. How annoying. No connection. Maybe this? Victims are clearly trying to solve the ARG in this footage. They just happen to be trying to solve the ARG. There's no link between and the gruesome deaths. Don't usually end in real life murder. It's just a fun game. They saw the victim was using was for the ARG. There's no shovels given out. There were posters that the victims used to find the next clue. Relevance to their deaths. I don't know. We're gonna start from the beginning. Great. Custom coded responses. Oh no, is he right? It has nothing to do with the murders. I'm sure that must be it. The victims were following. That's where the connection lies. They were following the clues. No, I'm gonna figure this out. Postcard? Yeah, I'm gonna randomly go. There was one victim, Rocky Shallows. We identified him because he dropped his wallet. Shallows is the same last name as the character in your ARG. One of the victims was in your fake mystery. That's the connection. Did you say the victim's name was Rocky Shallows? You don't know half of what's going on, but I better tell you everything. Finally. Good thing. Yay! Button's lit up. Good job. Oh, that's a pose. Cypher Wexilius. I'm an entrepreneur known for creating many of the internet's favorite ARGs in Canada. My previous ARG was based around Cape d'Or, but everyone said the contest was rigged, so I made up another one. The Sally Shallows ARG, which took place right here in the New Brunswick. The prize was, as it says on the poster, $100,000. Not too shabby for an online contest. With the catch that the deadline was 2 p.m. today. The clue would wash away with the tide, you see. You're wrong about Rocky Shallows. Rocky Shallows is just a made-up character in my ARG, and I didn't hire an actor to play him either. I monitor the message boards of various ARG websites to see the progress people are making. If I'm correct, then the 4 people who showed up today were Kat Scaredy, a mystery influencer, Hayne Agony, her producer and partner who helps out with her channel, Lance Macro, her cameraman. The 3 of them teamed up, planning to split the prize money. And there was also Ned Dorkins, an ARG enthusiast. They all participated in my previous ARG. Lance actually won last time. I was excited to see them solve this one, but they're all dead now. I have a rock-solid alibi. Look up anything you want, traffic light photos, receipts, cell tower records. I was nowhere near this area until 10:30. I entered the park to see if anyone had found the final clue yet, but I found 2 bodies in the parking lot. I called Claire immediately. She works with the park and helped me organize this. She can confirm when I called. I certainly could not have gotten to the shore in that amount of time. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of information. No wonder he was locked for so long. So he's the creator of the ARG? Oh, and does this mean Ned Dorkins is Rocky Shallows? Yes, and that explains something. We assume Ned had dropped his own wallet while trying to find something else, but he dug those holes on the shore to try to find the wallet. But if the wallet was a clue in the mystery, why was it just left there on the shore? Sorry to interrupt, but maybe you'd like to take your discussion to the mystery stage? Actually, I'm forcing you to, because you guessed it, you're out of time! The vital clue still hasn't been shown to me, and I wasn't sure what to do. Oh well, there wasn't time to think about it. Newfound clarity, we made our way to the mystery stage. The tides began to rise, covering the Game Master's mystery in murky, chocolatey waters. You've now entered the mystery stage. Everything you say from this point on will be monitored and recorded. Once you've laid out a solution, say submit deduction. We're also gonna save, because it's been a minute. And don't worry, I only consider the most recent version of the deduction. You know the rules. I've set aside an hour for you to discuss the mystery here. Begin at your convenience. Where to even begin? Does anyone have a theory? Yes, but you won't like it. Is it simple? Indeed it is. Starting somewhere is better than never starting at all. It's never the real answer, but fine, let's hear it. You never know, Larica. This case involves 2 suspects and 4 victims. Of the 2 suspects, Claire, EMR, doesn't seem to be connected to any of the victims. And Cypher, the weird and unpleasant man, seems confident in his alibi. But if Cypher was working with one of the victims in this case, it becomes easy to solve. We found Lance in the parking lot, which is close to the entrance gate. If Lance killed everyone, and then Cypher killed him, that solves the alibi problem. The motive? Nobody solves the ARG, he doesn't have to pay out the reward money. Now you may call this simple, but there's nothing to disprove it. Tad's with his simple theories again, but he did make a compelling argument. Maybe this time he was right, it's way too simple. I knew you wouldn't like it. But you've got to admit, it's watertight. Cypher killed Lance after Lance killed everyone. Okay, got it. The results came back negative. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? In this case, it's bad. Well, we found Lance's body in the car, so he was killed before the other two were, which means your theory about Cypher killing him last is flawed. Your theory is not lost yet, Tads. There is a way to salvage it. There's a big clue that something may have changed between the time the footage was shot and when the scene was investigated. You mean, what Kat said when she saw the body? Oh my god, pain! She saw Lance, but she says pain? It doesn't really make sense unless the bodies were switched. Yeah, but now I'm confused. Why would they be switched? You can figure it out if you focus on who could have switched them. Ever? So we swapped in order to make it seem like Lance was alive for less time. True, but in that case, how do we know Lance was actually killed last? And we don't know which one died first. Lance may not be the killer at all. We may not have established that Lance could have killed Ned. Oh, we have not even established that Lance could have killed Ned. Ned was the first to die. However, when would Lance have had time to kill him? He was busy filming Kat and Payne the whole time. Yeah, whenever this happened. These clips were filmed handheld, so they're always shaking slightly, but the distant footage isn't shaking, it's swinging. Spotted it. There are a few explanations, but only one makes sense. He wanted to hide that he was somewhere else. Lance Galezi planned to be in the shot. What if Lance hung the camera on some rope so he could later claim he was filming it? It's the only explanation that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to hang the camera when there's a perfectly usable tripod in the car. See, this was so he could be somewhere else, for sure. Killing Ned. The swinging motion is definitely suspicious. You said the camera was hung from a rope. If that's the case, where is the rope? We looked everywhere. But Larika, the rope was found. This thing. Cables, of course. Of course. How could I forget? So the mystery has already been solved, all thanks to me. Lance is the true killer. He was cheating in the ARG by secretly working with its creator, Cypher. That was how he won the previous ARG, which was rumored to have been rigged. This time, he established an alibi with his new team, Kat and Payne, by using a camera trick to make it seem like he was still filming them while he killed Ned. Then he killed Payne, put him in the car, covered by a cloth. Lance secretly filmed Kat finding him, hoping that she would think it was him, establishing another alibi. However, she recognized Payne's body. After he killed Kat, he realized he'd been poisoned. He died before he could make his escape, and then his accomplice, Cypher, swapped out his body. Cypher hoped to save the alibi Lance had tried to create, and therefore cast suspicion onto Payne or Kat. But he did not see the footage, and didn't know Kat had said Payne's name. Cypher had hoped to save the alibi Lance had tried to create, and therefore cast suspicion onto Payne, but he did not see the footage and did not know said their name. And this is where I'm gonna get stuck, because it's two pieces of evidence. I might have to skip this one. We got it first try! Oh no, I just realized the big fatal flaw with this theory, V. Surprised it took us long to see it. No need to be so happy about it. Cypher's alibi is just too solid. If he wasn't present and he didn't see the footage, then how did he know he should swap the bodies? He wouldn't know the order of deaths. Your premise is caught in a paradox. Could be that. It's far from the only problem here. Payne's body was found in the woods. To swap them, Cypher would have needed to walk all the way there carrying a body. He didn't have time. Also, what was Lance thinking? If he was found alive and everyone else was dead, he would have obviously been the killer. He was planning on pretending to be dead. Somehow you missed that implication even though it was obvious, Larika. Wouldn't he just cheat the same way he did in the previous ARG instead of going to the trouble of faking his death? You're just dodging. No, this is a very flawed theory. We went wrong somewhere. What other explanation is there? What other reason would there be to swap bodies in the car? I don't know. It makes no sense. What? If you don't know, you should not object. It's starting to get heated. Maybe we should take a time out? Larika. Everyone on the team is important, Larika. That's why we're a great team. I'm trying to get us back on track here. will make us a great team if we are able to solve this mystery. But everyone would rather argue. Even though Larica was a bit prickly, she wasn't a toxic person here. No! Was it V? I think we're close to the solution. These platitudes are not helping Anodyne. What? It's obvious. You just want to avoid conflict. So you say fake nice things. But it doesn't actually resolve conflict, it just buries it. Well, you know best, V. You're very good at analyzing people after all. See? You're being avoidant. I did notice that we never actually split up like I suggested, even though you said we would. We still can. It's okay. It was nice to have my idea acknowledged, but if it's not feasible, I'd rather have just said that. Isn't it better to be nice? Fake nice is not nice. It's nicer than real mean, isn't it? But is it nicer than fake mean? No, fake mean is the most flattering of all. Fake mean is dangerous because it can be mistaken for real mean, which is much worse than fake nice. Nothing that is fake is nice. I'm not being fake. I think I need to step outside for a bit. Continue with the deduction team. Anodyne. How could they say those things to me? Maybe I was wrong for being upset in the first place. We don't want you, Anodyne. You'll just slow us down. I had friends before, but many of them left. You always complain about everything. You make fun of everyone behind their backs. How do I know you're not making fun of me too? I've decided it'd be better to not be friends anymore. It was the wake-up call I needed. The stress of going through medical school had made me so bitter and resentful that I treated everyone terribly. I was jealous. They hadn't had to face the challenges I had, but being so bitter poisoned them against me. After that, I decided to change myself, to be kind and nice to everyone, no matter what. Apparently that wasn't enough. Now they thought I was fake. What was I supposed to do? Detectives make for terrible friends, don't they? I certainly don't like when people overanalyze all my actions. Speaking of which, they somehow still don't know you're the traitor. This is your last chance to recover some points and save yourself from elimination. Choosing to discover more evidence and help the team will be very suspicious at this point. Seems like they don't like you anymore anyway, so maybe you should betray them this time? Well, don't listen to me! Oh, I'm gonna save, because this feels like a moment. You know I love to cause drama. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to be eliminated. This was all the Game Master's fault. He was the most toxic one of all. Complete Chapter 18! The frustration with the mystery has bubbled over, and Anodyne's attempts to avoid conflict hadn't helped. Thanks to her outburst, she's gained an opportunity to betray the team. Will she take it? Yes? Damn it, no. I was just heading back. Oh, okay, they told me to come get you. You know, everyone has to pretend to be nice sometimes just to get by. And anyway, I don't think you're faking it. V was just being V. You've got to love her biting remarks. Why does everyone keep arguing? You think we just can't get along? I don't know, but if anyone could pull us together, it's Larica. I was gonna say you, but yeah, you're right, it's Larica. V wants to lead the team, but Larica is better at it. Even if V complains, I think she knows it too. That's true. I don't enjoy leading the team very much. I feel like I've acted like a parent scolding everyone. That's not how I want to be. Yeah, I don't like leading it either. It's really hard. Maybe it should have been Larica this whole time. But everyone entrusted me with the role, so I think I should see it through. Ready to head back in then? Yes. Also, you'll never believe this evidence I found. Come on, do it. Do it! Anodyne, you're owed an apology. You were trying to keep the team stable in your own way. Apology accepted. I must also apologize. I'm sorry for letting frustration get to me. It's been a long and grueling contest, but that's no excuse. It's okay, Larica. I did nothing wrong, but I'm sorry as well. Hope you feel better. Now let us continue. You ruined the moment. I'm just keeping us on track. I've been wondering, what's the solution to the ARG anyway? Oh, I believe I've solved that, and it ties into this theory nicely. We found 2 fake skulls and a red cape. If you know who they were supposed to be, the killer's obvious. Well, I figured one of the dead persons was Red Cape. Red Cape? Not obvious to me. Well, I'm glad the area is less confusing than the Game Masters. Am I the one who doesn't get it? Wait, who's Rocky again? Right, suspect. Claire. Cat. Kane. Lance. Ned. Rocky? There are the 3 characters in the ARG, Sally, Rocky, and Red Cape. If the Red Cape means one of the skulls is Red Cape, the other one must be Sally Shallows. The reason for this is posters. Posters because you were doing so well. That's my train of thought. The coordinates. The phone number clue led to the coordinates. Rocky didn't publish it in the news. He was looking for Sally, so it must have been Red Cape. If Red Cape was Sally's killer, there was no reason for him to give out the exact coordinates where she was buried, so Red Cape knew the coordinates. He was a witness to the crime and tried to contact the family without the true killer knowing. Fortunately for him, the true killer was the family, Rocky Shallows. By offering this reward, Rocky lured out the only witness to silence him forever. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Satisfied, Struce? Yeah. I never would have thought of that. That's why I've never done an ARG. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, return to the actual mystery. Our sticking point was the victim swap idea. That idea came from Kat yelling Payne's name. However, there are a number of possible reasons for that. Payne was filming. She meant Payne. Payne pranked Kat. Filming. Oh! What if she was just calling out to Payne? If Lance was dead and then Payne was the one filming, so she called out to her like, Payne, come here! That kind of thing. Then why did Kat run away from the car? If Payne was filming, then shouldn't she have run towards the camera? Why'd she yell Payne as soon as she saw the body? Isn't that unnatural? If she was shouting for him, wouldn't she do that while running to get him? Wait, I guess. Back me up, Larica. No, V's right. Ow! What if she was yelling pain, as in, this guy's in a lot of pain? That can't be it. Nobody would say that. Ugh. Also, he was dead, not in pain. Yeah, you're right. What if Payne was in the car pranking Kat? Doubtful. Actually, don't be so quick to dismiss it, V. Be open to new ideas. She couldn't resist, could she? It would explain how Payne was moved to the woods. He walked there because he wasn't actually dead yet. He set up the camera on tripod to capture the prank. Kat ran to Lance to tell him Payne was dead. He thought she killed Payne because he knew Ned was dead. So he let her lead him back to the body and killed her. But Payne's body was missing, so Lance went looking for Payne and killed him. He went back to the car, perhaps to review the footage. If he hadn't died from the poison, maybe he would have framed Kat for Payne's death. A lot of assumptions, Larica. I'm confused. In your theory, it sounds like Lance was just killing people left and right. For example, why would he even kill Ned? Do you even need me to explain it? The same reason as all the others, the prize. By killing Ned, Lance was eliminating a competitor. Where's your poster? Now, as far as I know, the prize is usually not that valuable. None of the others knew who Ned really was. Oh, right. None of the others knew who Ned really was. Right? They thought he was part of the ARG, so how would they know to kill him? I don't know. I'm trying out things. I got 4 pages of evidence to go through. I'm gonna find the answer. Like, I don't think it's these, but we're gonna test them. I'm gonna have a very low score. I don't think it's any of those. Okay, so it is one of the footages. It has to be. Is it the one where they interact with him? Oh, goodness. Wait, Larica, how did Lance know Ned was a competitor? When they met Ned, he was pretending to be Rocky. Ah, he didn't say anything, and the others seemed to believe it, too. Ah, so what's up with that? Did he kill Ned because he thought he was Rocky? No, there's another, clearer reason. Ned was Lance's accomplice. Ned tried to kill Lance. Ned tried to kill Lance? Ned tried to kill Lance, so Lance had to kill him. Isn't Ned's murder premeditated, though? I mean, we figured out that Lance set up the camera shot to make it seem like he was still filming. Oh, nice try. What if Lance didn't kill Ned? What if it was someone else? Who? I don't have that part figured out. Lance wasn't working with Cypher. He was working with Ned. Yes, that fits. That's why he said nothing when they met. The others had no clue. At least you used the accomplice part of my theory. That was the best part of your theory, for sure. There's a problem. If Ned was helping Lance, why did Lance kill him? It doesn't make sense unless Ned somehow gave him the next clue. But there's no evidence of that. This thing, right? Maybe the clue was also in that blank notebook. This would have been a clue related to the ARG. Did we see anything like that? Time to reveal all the evidence relating to the ARG. Well, it's not this. It's not this. It's not that. news? There we go. The message on the car. Remember, we thought it was left by the killer? This was Ned's clue for Lance. It allows Lance to skip the wallet and website clues. Right, the news clue was near the end. Then I think we've solved it. All of this murder was over the prize money. Lance secretly worked with Ned on the previous ARG-1. Teaming up to solve the ARG isn't against the rules, of course, but this way he could sabotage the team he was on in favor of his secret real team-up. After all, a 3-way prize split is worse than a 2-way prize split. But Lance was greedy. He wanted the whole prize for himself this time. Seems like Ned was thinking the same thing. Shovel? How could I refute? It was so perfect. Lance was greedy. He wanted the whole prize for himself, so he killed Ned. Makes sense that the teams are splitting the prize money among themselves. However, you should be able to see the flaw in it, think it through. So there was a big flaw. There's a flaw about them splitting the money. Makes sense is that the teams are splitting the prize money amongst themselves. Poster? Poster. Find it. I'll find it. Yep, we're just gonna go through everything again. Right? No. 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 Oh, you refuted me, with a good reason. I thought it through. Lance was on 2 teams, a team with Cat and Payne, and secretly on a team with Ned. If Lance, Cat, or Payne got the prize first, Lance would have to split it 3 ways, which would be bad for him. Therefore, he must have planned to let Ned win. Then he would lose with Cat and Payne, but secretly split it with Ned. Right, I agree that had to be the arrangement. Perhaps they'd done this trick in reverse in the previous ARG, and now it was Ned's turn? So what's the problem? Like I said, he got greedy and killed Ned to take the whole prize. Because Ned was killed before he called in the prize. Oh no, you're right. He wouldn't have killed Ned until after the prize was claimed. Ned's death is the only probably substantiated one. How could I have missed it? Don't despair, Larica. You can still salvage this theory. It's no use. There's too much ambiguity. Killers could be victims. Victims could be plain dead. Whoever the killer is, they're doing everything they can to confuse us. Oh no, you're still confused, but your time is up. You have to submit your final deduction. What? An hour goes by in the blink of an eye. You're not the Tads. Just do it like the last mystery. It's not that easy. I often found myself struggling compared to the other team members, but not anymore. That was going to end. You can do it, Anodyne. We trust you to see it through. Maybe. You'll regret saying that. Even if we lose this one, I doubt our team will be eliminated. So don't be afraid. That's not what I'm afraid of, Larica. So, do you want the vital evidence again? I don't want it. Wow. You're really sacrificing your points? This won't go how you think it will. Without the vital evidence to fully solve the mystery, Team Tads will fall in the ranking. You won't just eliminate yourself. You could end up eliminating your entire team. She didn't do it. You're not making any sense. I don't understand you at all. No, you don't. I don't want it. Because I don't need it. We're gonna solve the mystery without your vital evidence. Then the whole team will get the points. I'm not sure that's possible. Each mystery basically requires the vital evidence to solve it. That's why it's vital. I entered your contest to prove myself, to show that I'm not just a toxologist, but a legitimate detective too. I have to prove that to myself and everyone else. You came up with this role of traitor to drive our team apart, but I'm gonna use it to bring us all together. Alright, enough, I get it. You want to lose proudly. Good luck, I guess. I'm afraid I'll find out I'm not good enough. You're good enough for us. This is incredibly cheesy, and did you forget you're out of discussion time? Make your final deduction now, please. Could I really solve a mystery that even Larika thought was too ambiguous as I quickly save? Especially without the vital clue, but I couldn't back down now. I'd made my choice. Let's start with the victims. The mystery has 4 victims, which is a lot more than we've ever had. The 2 living suspects are very unlikely to be the killers. These 4 victims are actually our prime suspects, the participants of a certain ARG mystery puzzle created by Cypher Wixilimus, all trying to solve the disappearance of one person, Sally. There's Ned, who was killed in a brutal way. Jump. There's Lance, killed in a slow way. Poison. It would indeed have been a slow death, but at least 3 hours before symptoms started showing. But we know something of his was spiked with animatoxin from the mushrooms. Water. He probably drank from it throughout the day, accelerating his... 3 hours. Right, the poison from the mushrooms would take 3 hours to fully kill him. Perhaps everyone else had assumed that the flask had been poisoned later, but Struce found the mushrooms in a plastic bag. So the mushrooms weren't from the woods, they were probably hidden there after poisoning Lance, which meant the flask had been poisoned from the beginning. It was a small clue, but maybe. Actually, yes. I was gonna say Ned poisoned Lance, but he couldn't have. He had never had access to the water bottle. I heard a small gasp. Was it from Larika? I glanced over. No, it was Struce. I had to refocus, lay out the case properly. The key part of the mystery is figuring out the order of deaths. The culprit had been trying to obscure when the victims died, because as a victim themselves, they need to blend in with the others. In the footage, we found Cat and Payne were wandering around the woods looking for posters. This one. The trick was being used with the camera. It was hung from a tree with the cables to make it seem like someone was holding it. This was so Lance could... If I was right about the timing. Lance wasn't the one who set up this camera trick. Someone had a reason to make us think he was still alive. But he was already dead. The poison would have killed him by 10 a.m. or even earlier. Oh my god. Was that right? Yes. Kate and Payne found a body on the beach. Cat and Payne, sorry. But Lance never said anything. There was no proof he was there. And looking at it again... This footage too. The camera is completely still. Footage isn't handheld. It's on a tripod. It was suddenly so clear. The reason for this is... Cat was alone. Cat was alone. The entire time she's been creating a story for us with the footage. Guiding a narrative that informed how we thought about the mystery. I think he's dead. Can't believe we didn't figure it out sooner. Her acting was terrible. It was good enough to fool me. So Kat poisoned Lance and killed Ned. She figured out that they were cheating the previous ARG and planned to cheat again. Her plan was to then film Payne discovering Lance in the car and pretend it was footage of him killing Lance, framing him for all the other murders, but this plan did not work because of something Payne saw. Payne saw the message on the other car and called in the prize. He didn't even notice Lance. Had no choice but to kill him to keep him from getting the money. To make it appear as if she acted in self-defense, she pretended that Payne was still alive, filming herself finding Lance. So the final question is, how did Kat die? I asked myself, not knowing the answer. We were so close to the truth. The game master would not win this time. If everyone was dead, how did Kat stab herself in the back? Was there any evidence to grab onto? Oops, sorry. Tripod. It had a large adjustable clamp. It could have held... She clamped the Swiss Army knife onto the tripod to make it look like she'd been attacked by the real killer, but stabbed herself enough to die from blood loss. By the time she realized it was too late. That is the truth of this mystery. Were you wrapping up there? Wait, then who put it back? There was something in his tone. I didn't like it. There had to be something I was missing, but what? Would Kat really be so stupid as to stab herself incorrectly? Based on the rest of my theory, she planned everything else pretty well. Swiss Army knife has a small blade. Come to think of it, she would have taken a while to die based on her wound. This is a very long silence, Anodyne. Continue or you'll get a penalty. He was counting on me to fail. The evidence that was crucial to the mystery. It had been a phone. What was he trying to give me? team's call about the prize. Emergency call? Taking a risk. If this was true, then I could end up screwing up my entire deduction. I revised my earlier statement. After she stabbed herself, Kat called the emergency paramedic assigned to the park, Claire. And she told Claire that Payne killed Lance because he was working secretly with Rocky. But Claire knew Kat was lying because Rocky wasn't real. Rocky was just a character in the ARG, but Claire knew that. She helped Cypher set up the clues in the park. Claire did help Cypher set up the ARG, however, that wouldn't help her see through Kat's lies. Lance's secret partner wasn't Ned, it was Claire. Oh my god. Claire is the person who actually fed Lance the hints and wrote the hint on the car. And she knew Kat must have killed everyone else for the prize money. So she arrived a bit too late on purpose. And watched Kat die from a preventable death. The ruthless and murderous paramedic. I told you! Anyway, that's the mystery, I think. You solved the ARG too, then you mumbled it very softly. What was that? A bonus! You get a bonus. Right, what did Lurika said again? What we found in the woods? Were Sally Shallows and the person known as Red Cape. The person who killed them, Rocky, was Rocky Shallows, Sally's father. Ugh, come on, you got that one too? Submit deduction! Let's go. Yeah! Could use work. Don't. I was locked in with the other ones. It looks like you, Team Tads, have solved the mystery, somehow. Even though I had a 16-star difficulty rating. Congratulations. Fun fact, Team Deadly Book Club came up with this mystery. But a bunch of nerds just like you. Game Master's being a bit mean. I'm having a bad day. Aw, poor you. Thanks. Now for your special presentation. Why I Did It, Part 19. It's true, I knew Kat would get away with a triple murder if I didn't do something. Or rather, if I didn't do something. I knew immediately that she was lying. She may have plotted an intricate crime, but she was a terrible actor. But I admit, it's not easy having her death on my conscience. Boo-hoo! Told you I had nothing to do with it? How terrible. My beautiful ARG. Why must influencers ruin it with their greed and clout-seeking? I'm over here trying to give this money away. And now, nobody will take it from me. I'll take it. I can donate to the... I'll have to come up with a completely new ARG now. Since you detectives spoiled the solution to this one. Say, maybe you'd like to participate next time? So the ones getting the payout are the detectives in the end, huh? Guess it's true what they say. Crime doesn't pay. Dun, dun. Powerful characterizations, strong, comic rhythms, tears flowing down my face, and a subtle but important message that will be the discussion topic of many dinner parties to come. Now let's see how you did. 150. God dang it. I don't see Team Nightbite on here. How interesting. We've hacked into a solution. You really think you've got something there? We did it! You did it. I don't remember how long the poison would take to set in, but once you brought that up again, the mystery cleared up for me too. Nice work for someone who doesn't know what an ARG is. Thanks, I'm glad. I'm so glad I could prove myself. Even if I don't make it to this next stage, that's good enough for me. If you don't make it. Enough feel-good fun times. It's time for the last vote of the stage. Who in your team should win the 5th stage? What a relief. The traitor one gave me a heart attack, you know. Good, it was supposed to. Happy voting! We shuffled in the voting booth as always. The votes had a purpose, but what were they? All I could do was vote the way I earnestly felt. I didn't know what would happen the next stage, but I knew there was only one answer I could give. Who should win the 5th stage? As embarrassing as it was, I had to believe in myself. I was here to prove that I was a great detective and someone who everyone could count on. I had to win the contest. I just hoped I had enough points to make it through. I left the voting booth. Is everyone there? Good. Congratulations for making it through the 4th stage. And, if only these mysteries could go on forever. No thanks. 5th stage is upon us, but sadly not everyone on your team will be there. This is a competition after all. The room's quiet grew longer. This was it. Did I push it too far? Was I on the Game Master's bad side? You may have noticed something about the votes this stage, or maybe you didn't. Who is the most useless? Who should be the leader? Who is the traitor? Who should win the 5th stage? Realized it yet? If only I had 5 rounds this stage. Oh well, it wasn't in the budget. The roles. Yes. At the beginning of the stage, I gave each of you a special role. What? Each of us? These votes were little hints at the different roles in play. Maybe you could have figured it out, but you were too busy trying to take me down. These roles made this stage a little more fun for everyone. Tads, you had the role of useless. Useless! He was not allowed to help with the correct solution for at least 1 round. If he helped, he and the team would lose 100 points. If he didn't, you all gain 100 points. I hope that explains some things. So your simple solutions. I was hoping to help without helping. I considered sleeping through the first round, but I just couldn't. The verdict is... Role fulfilled! He gets 100 individual points and wins 100 points for your team. Being useless was easy. It's what I'm good at. Did you even need those pill tabs? Of course I did. Thank you very much. Oh good, then I'll prescribe them to you from now on. Appreciated. Larika's role was true leader. The true leader must try to usurp the role from the assigned team leader through convincing the others to let them lead the team at least once. Succeeding wins 100 points for them and the team. Otherwise, you all lose 100 points. I would never do that of my own accord. Nobody's convinced, Larika. Let's look at the result. Yes, of course, she did it in the wolf's meal. You're welcome. Wow, Larika, I never would have guessed. It fit her well. B's role. The favorite. For the 4th stage, 4th round vote, if she convinced the assigned team leader she deserved to win the competition, she and the team get 100 points. Oh no. Otherwise, she loses 1 point. I honestly thought of it because I was like Anodyne or Struce, and I was like, no, I kind of like V. Who did Tads vote for? Oh no. V loses 100 points. Sorry about that. There could have been more of an effort. You tried, V. Trying wasn't enough. Now we turn to Anodyne. I braced myself. Anodyne's role was... helper. What? Was there a mistake? She needed to help the team in every round of the 4th stage. Doing so would give her and the team 100 points. So did she succeed? Survey says... yes. What was going on? Did he make a mistake? Did I need to say something? Well, we always needed an autopsy. That's right. I guess your role was the opposite of mine, Anodyne. Am I dreaming? Or had I entered an alternate reality? Now we turn at last to Struce. Struce had a unique and exciting role. She was, in fact, the traitor. She was given the opportunity in each round to show you a misleading piece of evidence. If she did, she could steal 50 points for herself for each mystery. Let's see if she took advantage of her unique position. Looks like she decided not to, but that means that she has minus 200 individual points. Oh no. Struce, the results of this are clear. Your team gains an additional 300 points, and the individual going home is... no! Congratulations on making it all the way here, but you will now be participating in future stages. Your bags will be waiting for you at the hotel. I was kind of expecting this, to be honest. You did a very good job, Struce. Thank you for not sabotaging us. Oh, I was tempted to. Especially when the game master threatened me. That's behind us now, but I could never do that. Good work, Team Tads. You have come in 2nd overall. Though that placing may change when the next team takes on this mystery, you've already ensured you have a place in Stage 5. I wasn't going home, but why did I swap roles with Struce? So many mixed feelings. Have a relaxing evening at the hotel. Good night and goodbye. One moment, Anodyne. Yes? Struce had to leave the contest for undisclosed personal reasons, so you avoided elimination as each team will need 4 members next stage. I see. Thank you. You'll have to work hard to prove yourself in Stage 5, but this contest is extremely fair and just. You have an equal shot at winning, just the same as everyone else. Now go join the others and have fun before you have to say goodbye. It's very nice of you, Game Master. I will. I'm a nice guy. I always say so. I didn't like the Game Master for every reason the others didn't. He manipulated us throughout the contest, but this one time, I allowed myself to be grateful to him. Look at our cool scene. We did it! Great job, everybody. You pulled us through, Anodyne. Good work. Yes, very impressive. Did you really have to be so useless, Taz? I had to be sure I won those points. Struce, you'll be missed. You really came out of your shell during this contest. It takes courage to do that. Thanks. I enjoyed hacking into things for you guys, even if I mostly just clicked around on the computer. Here's my contact card. In case hit a wall, give Larika a call. Stay in touch after the contest. Cool, I will. I'm still coming with you to the hotel, you know. Your fancy limo's here. Hop in, detectives, and no stalling, please. You know how much I hate stalling. Yes, we're aware. Thank you, Struce. Did you know I was almost eliminated? Yeah, the game master told me. You realize there's a limo waiting for you here, right? We'll talk about this later. Right, let's not keep them waiting. Maybe the game master was a sinister figure, but the contest was fun, and I'd made real friends. That was a lot better than many other experiences I had. I was exhausted and sad to see Struce go, but at the same time, I couldn't wait for the next stage. Chapter 19. Overlook Office, Part 4. File 4, Chapter 20. Overlook Office, Part 4. The 4th stage has ended, and the game masters have already moved towards preparing Stage 5. With so much to do, they aren't keeping as close as a watch on the masterminds. The 4th stage was over. Thankfully, this stupid contest was coming to an end. Everything is ticking along beautifully. Are we, Oh, we're looking at a thing. I'm spending so much money. Convert, when you're not here, who is in charge? Because Kane says that's not important. Now, where was I? We must remember to include at least 20% Canadian cultural elements as mandated by the Canadian government. No, not that. Which team was eliminated? Team Pemmican. They were struggling a lot. They didn't even find half the clues. That's what you get for inviting so many younger detectives who don't know anything about the world. I invite detectives who say yes, and we judge them from there. Convert, your takeout from the Indian restaurant is here. Fine. Why is it so difficult to fly something over from Mumbai? Is that a trick question? So in our internal review of the votes, Team Tads voted with our assigned leader the least. Team Koshinar voted with the assigned leader the most. Koshinar had some strong showings, but they've slipped. They almost got eliminated. That's what happens when you show psychopathic devotion to a leader. Let me fetch you your favorite coffee, Mr. Billionaire. No, I have my custom-built coffee machine to do that for me. It has 500 flavor options. Now it has 400. Still useful. Does Team Tads hate our assigned team leader that much? No, they just have a lot of strong personalities in their team. And our true leader introduced the idea of everyone taking turns being the leader. That sounds nice. Everyone sharing. Happy. Disgusting. Did I hear Team Tads? Where is that gremlin I hired to fix my computer? Struce was just ejected from the contest. She'll be arriving here after packing her things. 10 swans, not sane, eat grayish olive mix. Oh, that's a good one. See, I can entertain myself. That's a very important skill. Are you the true leader of the Game Masters, Convert? I'm not a leader. I'm nobody. Everyone hates me. That's not true, Convert. What about your coffee machine? It hates me too. Did you know it used to have 1,000 flavors? He was fishing for disparagement again. Yes, we hate you. Thank you! That's what I'm saying. There's a message for you. It's Clark. Clark? I'm in a terrible mood. Why can't he give us good news? Because you told him to tell us if there was trouble? What's the trouble now? He says congratulations on a great 4th stage. Everything is great. Well, that's very suspicious. Yes, something is wrong. We should pay them a visit immediately. Should I bring your coffee machine? You know what? No, I will have it poured for me by human hand. I'm being il grande. I'll investigate it for you. I feel like I've been sitting around doing nothing. What about all the tasks I assigned to you? Oh, Mayor can do those. Thank you, Mayor. I didn't blame Tosca for going stir crazy, but what about the rest of us? We were stuck in here with Mr. Billionaire too. Don't you worry, I'm on the case. Don't die, Tessa. That's Tosca, sir. Right. We're just all billionaires, a little silly. What is with the mannequins in the vending machine? They eliminated Burn Smoke. Whatever. Who is that? Your teammate? Only one mastermind wins the contest. How about you focus on that? I will. You probably don't need my advice. Are you expecting me to ask you something? Only if you want to. It's just that I see several flaws with your Stage 5 mystery already. You'll need the whole team to win this contest, you know? I don't like goodbyes. It's better if I never get to know any of you at all. Stop distracting me. You know I have limited time here. I understand. I'll stop distracting you. When I'm free, I'm gonna live it up like I used to. Buying whatever I want, eating whatever I want, without a care in the world. That's what freedom really is. Don't you have any greater ambitions? Personal freedom is the greatest ambition you can have. You've clearly never tasted it before. Say so. I can almost taste it now. Is there a limit to how many people you can kill in a mystery? I don't see why there would be. Burn Smoke is gone. She was the only one who knew how to cook. Not really. Those pancakes were terrible. They were good enough for me! Oh no, they took it off the menu. I know you don't like puzzles, Yon, but that's what this contest is about. The 5th stage will be our greatest challenge yet. If I win, I'll free all of you. How does that sound? Super! You do that for me? Empty words. Your mystery appears to be random acts of sensationalized violence. You really think that's interesting to anyone? Do you think that's interesting to the game master? So even a clever guy like you has no idea what I'm doing. How unsurprising. I'm just concerned you won't win with this. But maybe I'm wrong.
Don't lie, you're not concerned for me at all. I know I will win.
You say so. If Nightbite loses, she loses. What's it to you? Just making sure she gives it her best effort. I want a challenge. What now? Hello, friends. You may find this sudden but... Oh. She just always have a nosebleed? I'm the game master. It's so nice of us to finally meet face to face.
What is she plotting?
Nice, we're at hour 3.
Okay. We might get to Returnal today. We might.
And with that,
We have to stop because there is no case 5 or case 6 yet. Because case 4 just came out. So whenever the other 2 come out, we'll then continue this game. But there you go.
Barth, no!
Barfest 2 just gifted 10 subs.
Hi, Barth. Thank you for the gifted subs. Oh my goodness.
I'm just finishing up the dev gifted games.
We have one more, which I think you'll be interested in because you're the one who recommended Road Warden to me. And this is a game that's very similar to Road Warden. So we do that.
They said it takes like maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half, maybe 2. And then we have some time for Returnal. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'll be right back.